All right, so where we last left off, you had just began your assault on the Gith stronghold in the realm of Limbo, aided by Scylla's Sky Pirates and a number of other organizations and allies that you've picked up throughout the last year and a half of your travels. Throughout this time, all of these allies that you've gathered coming to your aid at the very end and going full force into the fray. You were dropped off at the kind of back end of the guild with an insertion team kind of trying to help you get in here. Excuse me. Sorry. You proceeded quickly through the depths of the I guess depths is the wrong word, through the top of this Githyanki stronghold and found yourself entering its sanctuary, the central room at the top of every Gith citadel where the Anarch holds the citadel together. There you found Amayala, the Gith Anarch that was in charge of the citadel, and you kind of just fucking murked her. Like, there really wasn't. There was an attempt made to talk for a moment, but that was quickly blown to the wayside with flame and fury and blood. And Amayala and her Gith knights, her Gith honor guard, were very quickly just dispensed with. Sorry, you serve Azakiel, we're not here to chat. As she died, she dropped the black stone along with all of the other stuff that she had stored in her extra-dimensional pocket space she seems to be capable of producing. And she dropped this black stone, which you recognize quickly as the cracked soul gem of Azakiel, the original stone with which you unfortunately freed the World Devourer. On reaching for the stone, you were grabbed by Elmiara's body, who revealed that Azakiel had possessed her corpse, and her form shifting into his rather rapidly, her voice changing into his. She rose and bids you a trade. AshWinter's kill switch for his soul stone. It was revealed, however, as some of you can see through illusions, that he was an illusion. Whether or not he has the real kill switch, nobody knows. But the one he was offering you was certainly not the real thing. And as such, Oz crushed the soul gem of Azakiel. The one thing keeping Azakiel alive throughout this entire process. Azakiel responded with violence, and there was a brief skirmish with Azakiel as you struck him much stronger than you were in your original encounter with the aberration. You managed to kind of push past his initial defenses, revealing the true form of Azakiel below, a blue-gray Shadowkai elf, covered from head to toe in archaic runes, so ancient they kind of defy modern logic when it comes to magic and physics and other things. These runes alit along his body, and as this happens, this is where we pick back up. So Azakiel stands there. As you strike him one more time, I believe Groen dealt the final blow here, revealing one additional rune that just explodes and sends ripples across Azakiel's flesh. The flesh tears from him, and you see the blue-gray skin of the Gloom Elf beneath. Revealed in his true form, these archaic sigils that kind of cover his entire body begin to glow and pulse, and he almost retches over in pain as this transformation seems to be something not of his own design. This seems to be something that he may not have control over, or that causes him great pain as his grimace covers his face. But after just a moment, it turns to a smile. And he stands up fully, and he says, "You have all learned so much. I am so proud." The energy pulses out from him. All of you are thrown just a few feet backwards by this massive force pulse. Just as this happens, you hear behind you a heavy thud crash down, and you all turn to see a group, an entire troop of soldiers from the ground team make their way into this sanctuary that you are now hosting this battle in. And Azakiel, another pulsing ripple kind of echoes out from him, and he just raises both arms, and you watch every single member of this troop just fall to the ground immediately. All of them just seemingly dead on contact. You feel a ripple of energy wash over you, an invisible something, a wave of weariness. However, you shake it off. This power within you that you've been bestowed upon and that you've grown into seems to prevent you from immediately dropping to 0 hit points. And this is where we pick up with Azakiel's true form revealed.
Oh no, we're picking off Azakiel.
We're picking off the Azakiel. He stands there now. As a note, any glyph effects that were in effect before have now faded. So Oz, you are no longer stunned. And let's see here. I don't think there's any other glyph effects right now, so everybody's good.
Do we remember what the pink is?
Pink is bless.
Bless.
You get a
That's
D4 to all attacks and saving throws.
And I'm still concentrating on Fly on Jeff and technically Inazuma and Oz.
Yep. So all of you still have fly, 60 feet of movement speed, whatever direction you choose to. As Azakiel stands there and almost seems to challenge you to come get him. Lenara, it's actually your turn.
Do
cool.
we have music?
Oh, do we not
We
have
do.
music? Sorry.
I hear it.
I'm actually going to restart it anyways.
Very light. For battle.
There you go.
A quick question. I'm sorry.
Certainly.
If I'm hasted before I get turned into a dragon, am I still hasted, or does that
Yes.
go away? Okay.
You are still hasted.
Making sure. All right. Cool.
Okay.
So I apparently
Leave it.
casted a magic missile at the end of
Did
last
you?
session. I don't know.
I don't think you did.
I don't think you did
I see
either.
the dice rolled.
I think you were looking. We were talking about Evocation Wizard.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
so
remember
that's
now.
nothing. That's nothing.
All right, cool. Okay. Right, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get my bearings again.
You're fine.
How hard
I'm gonna
is
have to
that one,
refresh while you're getting. Everyone, you are free to communicate your current health if you would like. I've got to refresh roll 20 real quick.
I'm at 119 out of 169.
86 out of 158. Well, my character, but my dragon, I'm at full health.
Your dragon form is full health. Yeah.
I am full health.
I think
The only health damage I've taken is to my temporary hit points.
Okay.
Sweet. So everybody looks
I
pretty
am
good.
Full health everywhere.
Oh, Jeff is a little hurt too. He's at 97 out of 104.
Oh, I had a plan for this.
Okay, what you doing?
Okay. All right. Yeah. First off, I'm going to drop concentration on Bless. And I am going to quicken spell fucking Tensor's Transformation.
Wait, did you have concentration on Bless?
Yes.
It was Spirit, not you.
Oh.
It was Spirit, yeah.
Oh, I thought I also casted Bless.
No.
Oh. Okay, I guess I'm on drugs. All right.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you're not concentrating on anything right now.
All right, cool. So then, I'm just going to quicken spell Tensor's Transformation.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you quicken spell Tensor's Transformation. The echo of moon power kind of washes over you. You Sailor Moon yourself into superpowers.
Yep. I am going to pull. I do know for sure. Actually, I should ask this before I do any of this.
Uh-huh.
I do know for sure that Azakiel's an aberration, right?
He is an aberration, correct?
Cool. Yeah, so I quicken spell Tensor's Transformation. I need to read this spell again because I don't remember how many hit points I get.
While you do that, I gotta ask: does anybody see an aura around Azakiel as a note?
No.
No.
I don't know why that glitches.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. Just as a note, there is a 10-foot aura around Azakiel. Anywhere within 10 feet of him, there is like this kind of strange, shadowy gloom around him that seems to just dampen the light.
Are you talking about the aura that you can put on like the character's token?
Yes.
So the reason why nobody could see mine, but we could all see Zhaz, was because we had control of the character.
Yep.
So anyone
Right.
that can see through that token can see the aura coming off of them.
Yeah, there's an option in the options to allow everybody to see it though, and for some reason,
okay.
yeah, it's
I didn't know
I don't
that.
know why it's it's okay.
Okay. So That gives me proficiency in strength and con checks, 50 temporary hit points. In addition, I get an extra attack. So I am going to make 3 attacks against Azakiel with my bow and arrows of aberration slaying.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I also have advantage.
That's fine.
23.
23 hits.
All right, cool.
He seems to have lost some of his, not his speed necessarily, but his innate defenses.
And he has to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
DC 15 wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't think he can fail. Give me a second here.
I don't think he can fail that.
He cannot fail.
Okay. So that will deal. Hang on. Let me find all the rest of the damage. You know, if Roll20 ever wants to work with me. Come on, Roll20. Where did I put these?
Come on, Roll20. That's a phrase we will
He
hear
needs to
forevermore.
make a DC 17 con save as well.
Okay, he cannot fail that either.
Okay, so he takes half damage.
He has a plus 19 to con.
All right. Wait, what?
He has a plus 19 to con saving throws.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he takes 22 point. Okay, so that's first
Gotcha.
attack.
Okay,
Where's there it is.
go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Attack. I'm assuming that hits. I'm assuming that
The
doesn't.
12 misses. So 26
That'd be a
hits.
14.
Oh, 14 still misses.
Okay. All right. So longbow, and then tensors damage.
Mhm.
I did all the tensor damage before. Yes. Okay. And then arrow of aberration slaying.
Yep.
So
Half
half
of
that.
36 is 18, I think. Yep. All right, not too bad. Is that all 3 attacks?
Yes.
Excellent. As 3 arrows just come flying his way from your bow, all 3 or 2 of them manage to hit. The third one he actually catches before it strikes him, and then the aberration slaying kind of pulses through his veins. You watch him almost double over for a moment. A total of 79 damage in that round. That's even with the half damage. Not fucking bad. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. Yes.
Great. Okay.
Her turn. I'd like to
Yep,
make a
go
tail
ahead.
attack.
Yep. Out of curiosity, what's your dragon's dex?
Oh shit. Dex is 10.
Dex is 10. Okay.
Mhm.
Before you make the tail attack, give me a second here.
Which
I'm gonna go
misses
ahead and
anyways.
yep, it does. I'm gonna go ahead and use no flippy track. I'm gonna go ahead and use Ambassador's Ire, which is a legendary action from Azakiel. He has 25 dex, so if anybody beats that and has a legendary action to use, let me know. He's gonna go ahead and with that, as he kind of doubles over, he reaches out a hand to you, Lily. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is
Please.
this a spell?
This is not a spell.
Okay.
Is it a Oh, it doesn't even matter. I have advantage.
It is a magical effect.
30.
You have advantage on it?
Yes.
Okay, great. 30. You only damage. Let's see here. Okay, great.
What the fuck?
Friendly
8 points of
reminder-
damage to you.
Friendly reminder, that's not true. I take that damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. So you'll take that damage instead?
Yep, remember at the
Good to know.
end of my turn, I used this.
I forgot about that. Good. Thank you for the reminder. So, Groen, 58 points of psychic damage to you.
Now, it says she took 58. Lily took 58. It
Mhm.
gets taken down to 1, but then do I take half of that 58?
Correct.
So-
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so that'd be what?
Yep.
29?
Well, let's see. You take half the damage prevented in this way. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it would be 29 points of damage, I think. Hold on. 29. Correct. So, Lily, you take 1 point of damage. Groen, you take 29 points of psychic damage. So, yeah, not bad. That's fucking strong. Good job. All right, and that's going to be the end of the legendary action. Tail attack from Groen misses. Inazuma, are you using your tail attack?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's going to be a hit, I think. Yeah, definitely going to be a hit. Not bad. 23 points of damage with the legendary action. Let's see here. Azakiel's going to no, he's not. Never mind. 23 points of damage. Yep, perfect. That's going to be the end of your legendary action. That's the end of the end turn phase here. I feel like we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And Eve, it's now your turn.
Actually, I use my trap card.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip over my trap card. Sorry, there's a Jinzo on the field, buddy. I won tournaments with that thing. Anyway, continue.
Okay, yeah. Eve's gonna pull out two scrolls and hand one to Shadow Scale, and she's gonna cast Disintegrate.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So you're casting this with a spell scroll?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. He's gonna counterspell that.
I'm gonna counterspell. No. Yeah, I'm gonna counterspell that.
Bitch.
Fucking bitch. Ass
Okay,
motherfucker.
your counterspell. What level are you casting at? I guess.
Let's do that fourth.
Okay, his counterspell fails immediately. The disintegrate goes through. What is your spell save DC?
23.
Oh god, he's not proficient in dex saves.
23.
All right. Yeah. Ooh. What type of damage is this?
Force.
Motherfuck. Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of fucking damage. 96 points of force damage as the disintegrate slams right into him. He's like preoccupied with a dragon tail that just clobbered him in the face. And he turns around, looks like he's about to attack the dragon as this disintegrate just slams him right in the shoulder and his whole left arm just disappears. He like looks down to the left arm and you see kind of this like arcane energy floating there. Interesting point of order. You can still see all the runes that were on his left arm still floating like his left arm is there, but the skin and bones itself just gone.
Don't like that.
All right, Eve, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, and then I shout out to Jeff. Jeff! Poison!
Jeff goes, did you know that aberrations are not from this plane of existence? It's actually speculated that they're from... And he just keeps talking while he's like loading poison up.
Oh, God.
Yes, Jeff, I knew.
Do we understand this? or is
We're
he
fully
clickety-clacking?
aware.
Did you understand what, Sam?
Do we understand this, or is he clickety clacketing?
No, you understand everything he's saying right now.
Wow,
He
okay.
spouts lore. It's whenever he hits max level, he gains an ability called spout lore, and he just talks constantly. All right, let's see. Eve, that's the end of your turn. Oz, you are flying 60 feet of movement. You also have bless 1d4 to all your attacks and saving throws.
Oh, hang on,
Shit.
real quick. I forgot.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Add 5 more to that 16. Would that have hit? Or not 14, sorry. Would that have hit?
5 more to the 14?
Yes, it was rolling with my
That
dex
would have
by
hit.
hand. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I apologize. That would not have hit. He has 20 AC. You have discovered his AC with that.
Okay.
So that Eve doesn't compel to hit him. Basically. All right. Oz, what you doing?
Watching a video of a chicken. Holy fuck, that
Okay,
thing's
well-
huge. Yeah, no, okay.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
So this creature right here next to me, what the fuck is it? And
That's my dog.
okay, well it had like the ring around it like it was an enemy, and I was about to use it. I was about to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Oh, God. Hey, you can use
No,
the dog
that
as
is
a weapon.
Shabuinu. That is Inazuma's pet.
Wait. This is super important. If he hits that motherfucker with another motherfucker and then, like, moves it 5 feet away from Azakiel, would the motherfucker get an opportunity attack on Azakiel?
No, because the creature is being moved, not a willing movement away. So unfortunate.
We prefer the term motherfucker, not creature.
The motherfucker is being moved.
I've taken to the term shittertons lately.
I like
That's a
that.
good one. That's a good one. All right, Shittertons, what are you doing?
Oz walks up, like, he moves towards Azakiel. While he's
Mhm.
moving, he's talking to him, and he says, I'm giving you this last chance to surrender, or we will kill you.
He just turns and smirks at you. And, you always were the ballsy one.
I mean,
I mean, he's
Holds
not
out a
lying.
hand. He almost seems to be inviting you to join him for a moment.
Oz takes his hand.
You take his hand?
Yup.
Okay, gotcha. So Oz, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Don't forget you're a fighter.
Okay, that is barely a success.
Hey, he's got blessed too, so.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That is barely a success. You feel your forms shift for a moment before you manage to keep yourself together. You're not sure what the fuck that was, but it didn't feel good.
I still have his hand, right?
Yep.
I would like to argue advantage on my attacks then.
Certainly.
Just a headbutt.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. All of those hit.
Fucking need the D4. Jesus.
Not the face. Not the face. Just fucking fighter things.
Just because
Okay, great.
he mentioned it, there's the chicken, by the way.
God damn it. Okay, so Oz, as you take his hand, you just pull him into this big headbutt, and as he's stunned, you take Black Razor and just run him straight through, right into the rib cage. And he looks down and he just kind of grabs your blade for a second. His hair kind of floats with this arcane energy that statics across it like a cloud. And he just looks up at you and he goes, oh, and just starts pulling Black Razor out of his chest, out of his sternum. Yeah, that's 60 points of damage.
Oh,
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm sorry. That's 70 points of damage.
Happy fun point. Azakiel's not showing up in the turn order. Is that okay? Is that normal?
It is not entirely normal. That is rather strange. That's okay. He should have... 1 second here. I can go back and see what he rolled.
Who?
I think he's at like a 14 or something. 1 second.
Who
Because I know he
rolled?
didn't roll super high. Azakiel.
Oh.
1 second. I think it's because his token switched,
Probably.
Yeah.
which is
assumed
always
it was.
lovely.
I went through it and I was like, when is he going? I don't know when
Gotcha.
he get his turn. He just doesn't get a turn. It's like, do I say something?
He doesn't get a turn ever. Hold on, I gotta fix it. 1 second.
Just
You know what's
never
lovely?
say
This song
anything.
is lovely. This
It's
song
really good. Mhm.
and how good it is for like boss fights is lovely.
Fucking
I would
fantastic.
also like to bonus action for my hybrid transformation.
Okay, gotcha. Just the werewolf just explodes out of you. This time your form shifting of your own accord. All right. And Azakiel is like just barely pulled Black Razor out of him, and you just kind of yank it backwards. You watch his hands just now dripping with his own blood as he looks down. Interesting point of order, his blood is as black as like jet. His blood looks like his soul stone. Oz, is that the end of your turn?
We would say that I have interacted with Azakiel for at least a minute, correct?
I would say that's most certainly the case.
Cool. I would like to use my Know Your Enemy ability.
Okay, what does that do?
Here, I'll ping it.
I vaguely remember this ability from Battlemaster.
Yeah.
Okay, you can learn information about its capabilities compared to your own street scores. Oh wow, okay, so compared to Oz, let me pull up your sheet here. I will tell you his ability scores compared to yours. Let's see here. Characters, players, Oz. His strength score is lower than yours. His dexterity score is... Yeah, right. His dexterity score is much higher than yours. His constitution score is... It's more than double yours. His intelligence score, again, more than double yours. But then again, I mean... His wisdom score is rather high. His charisma score is pretty good. It's not super high compared to yours, but it is fairly high.
Cool. So I just gotta beat him in a match of strength. Got it.
Yeah, you just gotta fucking fisticuffs this dude.
I challenge you to a one-on-one arm wrestling match.
You also get to know his current health. I will tell you, his current health is more than the entire group combined.
No, fuck you, it's not.
His armor class, as a note, Oz, you also get to learn that is lower than yours by a decent amount. His class levels, he has 20 levels in cleric. Fighter class levels, if any, he has no fighter class levels. He has 20 levels in cleric.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Quick question on the point of order. You said
Sure.
more than the current party's HP. Does that include the dragons?
That doesn't include the dragons, no. no.
Okay. Just
The,
wanted
the
to-
dragons have a
like
fuck
base.
ton of HP. Yeah.
Well, that's why I had the very visceral reaction, because between me and Sam, we have 666.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have like 1,700 health. No, he's got more than the whole party combined when they're at their base. All right, end of your turn, Oz. He's out of legendary action. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Hold on. Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and cast a spell. Oz, he just reaches out and he's just gonna punch you. When he does so, he's casting harm. So I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 24.
Punching him to harm him. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Wow. Oh, you get a bless. You get a bless.
Yep.
Yeah, harm is just a. It's not even a touch spell actually, but that's fine.
No,
it's flavored.
It's just kind of funny.
It's flavored. He wants to punch him.
So that is a success. You'll take half damage from this. Not too bad.
Wait.
So 23 points of damage. Necrotic damage.
I thought he was immune to necrotic.
Is Oz immune to necrotic?
I am
damage?
not immune to necrotic. I think we've talked about this before.
I think you're resistant.
I am. Hold on. There's certain things that I'm resistant to. Bringing up my character sheet now. Poisons. I'm resistant to poisons, and I'm immune to disease.
Aha, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, not necrotic. Then you're gonna take 23 points of damage, necrotic damage, as he just punches you. As his fist collides with your body, you just feel this kind of like ripple through your body as like parts of your face just start to kind of rust. All right, Inazuma.
Okay.
You are a hasted dragon.
Yeah. So, question. How
Sure.
many attacks do I get then if I'm hasted?
So you
as a
get your
dragon?
normal multi attacks. You get your normal multi attacks that you'd like, and then you can pick either your like tail or your bite or your claws and do one more of those on top of everything else.
Cool. All right. Let's go with the bite first.
Okay.
That's a fail.
That is, yep, that's a fail.
Let's hit him with the claw. That is a fail
Oof,
as well.
that is a failure.
No, he gets his bless, and you said his AC is 20. So
Yeah, if you roll a 4 on the roll me a
Okay.
d4. If you roll a 4, you'll hit him. That's a good point. Oh,
Nope.
yeah, that misses. 27 definitely hits though.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 slashing. And then I'm gonna do a tail attack.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, that hits.
Hits. Ooh yeah.
Oof. Not bad, not bad. What, 38 points of damage? Not fucking bad at all. As you just slam into Azakiel, he manages to catch one of your claws. You swing the other one wide though, and you just kind of like stomp him into the ground, and then follow up immediately with a tail attack and just keep hitting him.
Nice.
Yeah, good point, Spirit. He is immune to the failed part of harm, so
Yeah.
you are correct.
I was just
All
wondering
right,
because it says anything that removes a disease. It's like, well, it doesn't remove a disease.
No, you're correct. So good call on that.
Okay.
Inazuma, is that the end of your turn?
Would my dog understand me in my dragon form?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him to get out of here. I don't want him to be around here anymore.
Okay, gotcha. So Shobu Inu with his dash has like 120 feet of movement, I think.
Yeah, just
So-
as safe as possible, honestly.
He could get all the way back here with really no
Alright,
issues.
Cool.
So
Yeah. I just want him to get out of
he
here.
just like he stops for a second. You see the hesitation on his face, and then he decides, okay, time to run.
Yeah. All right. That's
Okay.
the end of my turn.
Gotcha. Jeffafafa?
Just Jeffafafa is gonna dip 3 arrows of poison, and then action surge and shoot at
Azzy boy.
yes.
Azzy boy.
So he gets 2 attacks, right?
He does. So 27 hits, the 19 misses just barely.
Okay, and then I gotta roll the poison damage. The 19 misses.
Yes, it does. He has 20 AC.
Okay, so I'll need to roll 10d10. Okay,
10d10 for me.
1 second.
And this is poison damage, you said?
Yes,
He's not immune to poison damage.
I was. Come on, roll 20. Oh my god. Okay, and d10.
Nice.
And that's 3 arrows. You still got 1 with poison.
Wow, not bad. Oof. Blech. Okay, he is resistant to poison. Well, hold on. I think he's resistant. Let me double check. He is resistant to poison. So we'll take half damage from the poison, but still not fucking bad for a single arrow. That's 9 plus, what, 24? 33 points of damage from Jeff as as his arrow pierces Azakiel, like right in the shoulder. And Azakiel just kind of yanks it out, looks, and the arrow is now dripping with this viscous yellow fluid. All right. Is that the end of your turn, Jeff?
Yep, that's the end of turn, Jeff.
Are you about to clickety clack? I landed an attack. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Azakiel's turn. At the start of Azakiel's turn, I need Oz, Spirit, Zuma in your dragon form, and Groen in your dragon form, all to make me a Constitution saving throw. This is a DC of 24.
Oh. Actually, I don't have to.
Nothing like having a 26
That's
to
a lot less.
con. And,
I know, right?
Failing.
Just well, that lack of proficiency. I don't think dragons
Yeah.
are proficient in con. Big
I
roof.
wouldn't do the indom.
Okay.
We have a +8
Because-
to con.
There we go.
Bitch, that can
Hey,
hurt.
that's a success. At least one person succeeded. Okay, so those of you that failed, those of you that failed, your speed is reduced by 20 feet until the start of Azakiel's next turn. Sorry. Also, you're going to take a butt ton of damage. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hopefully you don't, Sarah.
That's not too bad. 54 points of psychic damage to all of you that failed the saving throw. Sarah, if you take half damage, which would be 27.
Oh, you gotta make a Constitution save. Keep concentration on bless.
Oh, I don't think I rolled an actual save. I think I just clicked on Constitution.
That's all you
Yep.
can do on
That's all you
Dragon.
can do
there
with
is-
dragon.
okay,
They're not
I saw the
proficient.
saving throws. Okay, I saw the saving
Yep.
throws and I was like, okay.
Okay, that's the start of Azakiel's turn. 54 points of
What?
damage to all of you.
You need to
What's
make
half
it.
of 20? Yeah, I know. What's half of 27?
Half of 27 would be 13.
I don't think I can.
Lol.
Concentration.
Yeah, no, you're great. You're great. From there, Azakiel is going to go ahead and use his first action to use Ire of the Veil. He is going to target this one towards, you know what, Eve? Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh god, this is not gonna be good. Yep, nope.
Yeah, no, that's a yeah. You about to hurt a little, I think. So you're gonna take 18 d10 psychic damage.
I'm resistant, thank god.
Okay, well that's good because that's a lot of damage. So that's 42 points of damage to you in total there. And let's see here, Azakiel.
42. 1 second.
Uh huh.
40. Come on. Roll 20.
Azakiel, yeah, you can just add that. I'm fine. I'm moving on with the turn.
No, I'm gonna do a hellish rebuke, but roll 20 is being weird.
Okay, well it's not gonna kill him this turn,
42.
so I'm gonna move on with the turn, and you can tell me in a second. Azakiel is also going to use Wave of Weariness. I need everybody. Let's see, everybody that can see Azakiel to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Stop with the con saves, please.
I'm getting real sick of your bullshit.
I'm
Okay,
getting real
quick-
sick of my bullshit.
Quick point of order.
Hey!
In my character sheet, it says for dragon, saving throws plus 14 for con. But for some reason, it says plus 8.
Oh yeah, it does.
Then you should click that.
Yeah.
Whenever you make con saves on your dragon, you click that instead.
Well, never
Wow,
mind.
that
It didn't
natural
even-
one.
It didn't
Listen,
even matter.
That's fine. Don't forget, you guys have a bless. Some of you do, so don't forget you can roll that bless if you have it. All right, so-
Oz and the two dragons have bless.
Excellent.
Yep.
If you rolled under a 16, you're going to be affected by this. This ripple of just existing energies just surges out from Azakiel. You're going to take 45 points of damage if you failed, psychic damage. Additionally, you now suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Is it level? Did you say 16?
A DC 16 Constitution save.
Yeah, I think Zuma made it, didn't he? Unless Nat ones.
He had to. Yes, nat ones don't affect saves, only attack rolls.
Okay.
So yeah,
then-
I'll just put it in chat. One second here.
I think the only one that didn't was Lily.
See, I
I
can
have
make a
advantage.
con save. Oh, I didn't make it.
Oh, you did have advantage? Okay.
So I have advantage on all con saves right now and all magical effects in general.
Yeah, because robe of the Magi. All right, so that is his second action. His third action, he is going to go ahead and you watch just this kind of one of the runes light up in the center of his chest, and you just feel this echo of pain throughout all of your bodies. I need again everyone that can see Azakiel to make me a wisdom saving throw. He is using divine intervention.
No, wait, go to con.
1 second.
I changed my mind.
Wait, what was that
That's-
one?
By the way, there you
A
go.
wisdom saving throw.
Everybody has advantage on these.
Everyone has advantage,
right.
and you
Wait.
also have bless if you have bless.
I need to roll that off of Growen's sheet, not the dragon sheet, right?
Correct, because yes,
Yeah.
because you keep your
Oh.
stats.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, let me roll.
Okay.
If you'd give us a
Eh.
second, I can't keep up with all this goddamn
You
numbers.
I call that.
Can I
I'm
take the 26
trying.
from the dragon instead?
Okay, so what did you ask, Rowan?
I jokingly said, can I keep the dragon's 26 instead of my 19?
No.
Well,
Okay,
you originally rolled a 19. You could just.
Yeah,
replace
that's true.
that.
So you rolled a 19 and then add your wisdom modifier from Grow and Sheet from saving throws.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So those of you that failed, which means you rolled a 20 or lower, which would include
Thank you. For
Zuma.
plus.
Yep.
Shadow Scale, Eve. I think that's it. Yeah, Oz, you rolled a 4 on the bless, so yeah, Zuma, Shadow Scale, and Eve. You all fail this saving throw. You're gonna go ahead and you just this ripple of pain echoes throughout your body. Each of you take let's see here. You're not gonna take a whole lot of damage. What the heck? Hold on.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
that's good. That's good.
What the
that's good.
hell?
What the hell is up
There's
with roll
a
20?
slash at
Roll
the end
20.
of it.
Yeah, I'm not putting it there though. What the
Okay.
fuck? Okay, that was weird. Wow. Okay, I said
Can
not
we
a lot of
take-
damage. So
Can we take the four?
31 points of damage. No, 31 points of damage. Psychic damage to everybody that failed. If you succeeded, you take no damage. If you failed, you are stunned.
Question: how much is 31 halved?
Half of 31 would be 15.
By the way, it needs to make a dex save, and damage
Yep,
is up top.
I will get it. I will get it.
Is
How much was
this
it?
I saw it.
going against me, Zuma, or my dragon form?
Dragon form.
Dragon.
Okay.
That's a really loud song.
Yeah, this one's louder than everything else.
Okay. Yeah, even the dog agrees. Okay, so Zuma, you are stunned. Eve, you are stunned. Jeff, I think no, Shadow Scale is stunned.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun. She's
Yep.
flying.
At the end of each of your turns, well, yeah. At the end of each of your turns, you can make a wisdom saving throw again, DC 20. On a success, you end the effect. Okay. And that is going to be the end of Azakiel's turn as he just kind of stands there with both of his arms up. Yeah.
End of his turn, I'm gonna use a tail attack.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use a tail attack.
Nope.
Actually,
that's gonna be a
no.
miss. You have a
I make
bless. You have a bless.
Yep.
Let's see. So that's going to be plus.
Hey.
Wow. Nice. Nice. That's going to hit. Roll damage.
15.
15. Not bad. Not bad.
And then he has to make his concentration check.
He's not concentrating on anything.
Oh, I thought he was early. Oh
Mm-mm.
no, that was for the Tarask, right, or something like that.
Yep. Well, that was
Okay.
that was for something else. He's no longer concentrating.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yep. Currently, Azakiel has no. All right, and that's going to be it. Seraph, I believe it's now your turn.
So that thing he did to the ground troops,
It's the same thing you just experienced a moment ago with that ripple of energy. It's the exact same thing. It's just for some reason they were not able to resist its effects at all. You were. Okay.
so they didn't.
What you
die?
doing with your turn? Oh no, I'm sorry. They died. They're dead. They're dead.
Oh, so it would be easy to tell that like lesser beings aren't gonna do much here.
Lesser beings is putting it kind of in an extreme method. These are like normal ass humans that ran through that door. So depends.
So what about Where is this? Sorry, I've never used this.
That's fine.
Did Azakiel ever
What
leave that
about-
sector?
He's going to in a second.
What about 2d4 plus 2 berserkers?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I
The
gave
fuck
her
did you say to
I
me?
gave her the horn.
Oh
What
no, I
about-
forgot all about this. No!
Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use it, you can use it.
Alright, I'm gonna use my action to use the Silver Horn of Valhalla.
Whoa! I'm gonna have to
Do I
speak to
roll
your
though?
manager. I don't like this Valkyrie bullshit up in my video games. All right.
Do I
Yeah,
roll
go
though?
ahead and roll it. Yep.
Okay.
Fuck. Are you fucking kidding me?
Alright.
Oy. Okay.
Horn of
Yeah,
Valhalla
so
is my favorite thing.
let me pull the Berserker stat block. Give me just a second here. You have how many Berserkers?
8. While you're in there, I'm gonna action surge and bring in 2 Valkyries as well.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, okay. So you have 8 Berserkers. I hate this. If I knew that you were gonna be playing Minion Master, I mean,
I didn't know I was gonna be playing Minion Master.
1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
just like
5,
half this
6,
horn.
7, 8. Okay, so 8 Asgardians are summoned to your aid, all with axes abound, along with 2 Valkyries, I suppose. Let me go find that because I know there's stat block somewhere in here. Just gonna make a quick note to myself. Ban Horn of Valhalla for personal reasons. Okay, let's see here.
You
Where
didn't
are
learn
these?
from the first time when Groen used the gold version.
Where the fuck
figure
are
if
your
there was-
Valkyries at? There they are.
Figure if there
So you
was
get 2
ever-
Valkyries, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If there was ever
Sorry,
a time
continue.
to use it, it would be now.
This is true. This is true. All right, Seraph, those are both of your actions. You just summoned fucking like 10 units. They're all gonna go at the end of your turn.
Oh no.
So your turn ends. I'm gonna give you access to the Berserker stat block. They don't have anything that they do other than hit things, so they're not
That's all I
exactly hard to play.
need them to do.
Give me a second here. I'm just gonna add them to your all players sheets. Yeah. So there's Berserkers now. There's 8 fucking Asgardians and 2 Valkyrie commanders. What would you like your fucking army to do?
Yeah, the army's just gonna move in and start beating the shit out of them.
Okay,
It's
great.
the
So we're gonna move
US way.
2, 3. Some of these guys have to dash to get to him. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. So this guy would have to dash. It's just a fucking army. Azakiel is now
Weren't
surrounded. One of them's like left out. I'm gonna put this guy right here because he can't attack. I'm gonna put this guy here because he can.
Okay.
So yeah, Azakiel is now just surrounded by berserkers. Yeah, Spirit, if you want to go ahead and just roll me 8 berserker great axe attacks, thanks. They're all also using reckless, so all of these have advantage.
Oh no.
21, 24.
What the
4,
fuck?
5. Is it 7? Because one can't get there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 7. You are correct.
All right, 2, 4.
No, I need to make a dex save for
5,
Azakiel as well.
6.
This is
7.
made with advantage. Does that succeed? 25? 25 doesn't succeed?
Does, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's 21.
He still takes half though.
Yep. So that's yep. Okay, so roll damage on any of those that hits above a 20. They all have advantage, so all attacks against them have advantage, though, as a note.
I mean,
And their attacks are not magical, but that's okay because 8 berserkers.
should be.
That's still a ton of fucking damage.
I rolled a max.
Is that all of them?
It's
52.
Oh,
5 out of 7.
All right, gotcha.
5, yeah.
So 52 points of damage. He does have resistance to non-magical damage, and their attacks aren't magical. But that is still 26 points of damage at the end of your turn from your little fucking berserker army. Valkyries go next.
So they can fly, can't they? So they can just go like
They
above
can,
the
yeah. They also
berserkers
have
and hit 'em?
bows, from what I remember.
They have spears.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, they also have spells. I'll
thinking of
look at
Arrhenius.
those later. I'll just worry about smacking the shit out of things.
Hey Heather, do you want anything from Taco Bell? 3 soft tacos? Okay, great.
You'll
sounds
just
like a
have
good idea.
them move up and kind of fly above a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. They're just kind of. I'll put them. I'll leave them where they are and just like, because that's a mess right there. 21 hits. The 16 misses. Okay. 3 points. What the fuck? She rolled a 3.
Wait, what?
Hello?
She rolled a
2d10 plus.
Oh, that's right.
0.
Valkyries don't have like a good to hit or to like damage and stuff. They have crazy ass healing spells and shit.
Yeah. They have legendary actions. I guess that makes
They
up
do.
for it.
They do. All right, so 3 points of radiant damage to Azakiel. I'm sorry, actually. He has resistance to radiant damage. 1
Well.
point of radiant damage to Azakiel. All right, so that's the end of your turn, Spirit. Thanks for summoning a fucking military. Just like blew the whistle and called in the U.S. Marines or something. All right, Shadow Scale. You are stunned. You do not lose concentration on spells or anything like that whenever you're stunned, so you actually can stay aloft.
Can she drink a potion?
No, because she cannot take actions, bonus actions, or reactions while stunned. So she's the end of her turn. She doesn't have to fall though. I did look that up a second ago. That said, make me a wisdom saving throw, please. Nope. Unfortunately, that's gonna be the end of Shadow Scale's turn. She's still stunned. Groen.
Kibble. There's a bite.
Oh,
Oh, how about 2 claws
miss.
as well?
Miss. Oh, do you have
no.
advantage on this for some reason?
No, I have. Roll
That's right. You got the bloss.
2d4. 4. So it's a
Yeah,
2
well,
to
the 15
first
misses no
one,
matter what,
17. Yep, but the second one hits.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the second one will hit. So first and second, roll damage. Okay.
28, 38,
Not bad.
42.
Yep. I think Azakiel is gonna go ahead and use this first one here. Groen, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw off your dragon sheet.
Dex save.
I have a question.
What?
Can Shadow Scale look away from Azakiel?
She can.
Okay, she's gonna do that.
Okay, nice. That's a success. Bless up, because you would have failed that. Great. So you'll take 10 points of as you strike
what
in one of the
type of
runes just explode. Sorry, fire damage. As you strike in one of the runes just explodes and the impact sears you somewhat. Not a ton.
10 points. I'm just making sure there's nothing on here that. Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's see his reaction. Is that the end of your turn?
Do I have any more bullshits I can do on the? I think that's all of my bullshit I can do in dragon form on as a bonus action. So
Okay,
no.
great. Perfect. Well, give me a second here.
So I want to use their legendary actions.
Okay.
But I have a question. It says, first off, weapon attacks are magical. It also says when she hits with any weapon, it does an extra 2d10 radiant damage, but that isn't
Okay.
included on the one-handed longsword. I don't know if that's supposed to be
Gotcha.
like
You'll just have to
that.
roll that then. It's not. It's supposed to include it. So you'll just have to roll that manually then.
Anyways, I think I can add it. It just wasn't added, so I wasn't sure if it was
fine.
supposed to not be on the one-handed sword or not.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then...
Oof, those are both hit. And then resistant to radiant, but not all of that's radiant. Okay, so that's going to be... let's see here. 9 plus 10. All right, perfect. 28 points of damage from your Valkyrie's legendary action there. Not too bad at all. He is... no. Is that the end of their turns?
Yes.
Or okay, Groen, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
At the end of all of that, Azakiel is going to go ahead and use his legendary action. He's going to use 3 legendary actions, and he is going to use Ambassador's Ire. This time he is going to. He's kind of sick and fed up with all of this. Actually,
Yeah, fair.
you know
I
what?
would be
He's
too
not
if
going to use
something
Ambassador's
happened.
Ire. Actually, he's going to go ahead and let me just read something really quickly here. That's actually, you are literally too big for that. Hold on. Motherfucker. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize that size was the counter to this stupid spell. Okay. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and use legendary action. He's going to cast a spell. This one you see kind of like a rune appear on his forehead as he turns around and he looks at you, Groen. Groen, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, well, it's been fun, y'all.
Well, I can't exactly help you. I'm stunned.
Yeah, you're stunned, unfortunately.
And so is Shadow Scale.
It's been fun, y'all.
That is a failure. Okay, you all just see Groen out of existence. Groen, you are banished, which means you are currently incapacitated in an otherwise harmless demiplane. Also, note, you've been concentrating this whole. Just throwing that out there.
No, I
Okay.
was getting ready to say I haven't been rolling the con saves for that, so I was
Yeah,
going to do that now.
gotcha. Just roll me 1 for right now. We'll just say 1.
Is that off of the dragons? And right? Yeah.
Con saves off the dragon. Physical stats off the dragon. Mental off of you. Okay, yeah.
Always check first.
You're fine, you
certain
succeed.
things. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right, that's going to be the end of his
How do
legendary
I get
action.
out of that?
So you've all seen the spell work. In fact, you've been banished before, long ago by Lenora.
Oh yeah.
I did that.
Yep. 1 second, I'll ping it for you. Let's see here. Target. Fucking Oz. Yeah, Oz just uses Oz, you can use your reaction to rage if you would like to, certainly. Groen, at the end of each of your turn, you can make a saving throw, I think. Hold on.
Yes, in that case, I would
Nope,
like
No.
to rage.
There is no save for it.
The only way for you to get back is for somebody to break his concentration.
Or dispel it.
Dispel it.
But Eve is currently stunned.
So I'm just going to mark you as dispelled right here.
Don't
Wait,
worry.
orange is bad.
I would like to say this again.
Big X. Uh-huh.
Oz, buddy, hit him harder.
It's been fun, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye.
So
See you tomorrow.
question.
Yes,
This
answer.
is really
Answer.
important.
Sure.
Oz is stunned, isn't he? Or he has some
Nope.
effect on
No.
affecting him, right?
No.
He was stunned at the beginning, but phase 2 clears all glyph effects.
Well,
So he was not stunned.
didn't he fail?
No, he succeeded because he rolled a 4
Yep.
on Blast.
Okay.
Blast OP.
All right. All right.
What's up?
Yeah, Oz is under no duress right now, other than maybe dying.
Okay. All right. Cool. My turn.
Yep, your turn.
All right. So I am going to use my bonus action to down a potion of haste.
Okay. You are now hasted. Bonus action.
Yep.
You now have
I'm
action.
going-
Action.
Yep. I am going to use my action to spend my second 9th level spell slot, and cast Mass Heal. Before I divvy out HP,
Okay.
I want to affect Inazuma's dragon form with 1 hit point. And this clears the stun too, because
Yeah.
Arcana Cleric.
It's a nice
Oh,
level.
thank God.
So I have 699 HP left. I need to know HP everybody needs.
So I will tell you, just looking at the math of this, you can put every single person that's not named Groen up to full health right now.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Good, because
Thanks,
I'm
Boo.
hurting. I'm below half health.
Okay.
So then, yeah.
All of you are full health.
Gonna top everyone up.
Yep. All of you are full health. Any effects on you right now, since Mass Heal is, I believe, is it 8th or 9th level? I can't remember off the top of my head
Mass
anymore.
Heal is 9th.
That's what I thought. So 9th level, any effects on you that are negative right now are dispelled.
Does that include stun?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Poor girl.
The power word pain that was affecting you is no longer affecting you.
Okay.
All right. Arcana
Um,
Cleric. It's what's for dinner.
Arcana Cleric. Then I'm going to use the remaining action to make. Oh, I did not mean to ping that. To make 1 attack against Azakiel. with my bow and an arrow of aberration slaying.
Okay. Yeah, one attack. Go ahead and roll that.
All right. Guidance. Boom. 24.
That's gonna hit.
All right, cool. So roll that. Maybe come on, roll 20. Thank you. Roll
So this was with an aberration slaying arrow.
Yep, I'm getting there.
Okay. Whoa! That fucking Tinser's damage.
Damn.
Wow. Almost a max roll. And then what's half of 29? That would be 14.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 43 points of damage with a single
So he
attack.
has
I
to
need to
make a
do some
con
quick
save.
math. For what?
His concentration.
Concentration check.
Oh, that's right. That's a good point. Whoa, God.
Yoink.
Shat myself. Hold on. Inazuma,
Right.
Max.
Inazuma, you're at max health for your dragon form.
You're awesome.
Concentration check. And he took what, 43 points of damage?
Yes.
He could actually fail this. I think it's a success. Just
I
barely.
thought
Yeah.
it was...
21 was the minimum. All right.
Oh. Oh, it's
Yeah,
half
'cause
the
you-
damage taken. Okay.
Yeah, it's half damage taken.
Right,
Mhm.
Growing is full damage. Okay.
Yes, because Groen has Boon of the Anti-Mage, which is OP.
Yep. I tried. I'm sorry.
You good?
It's okay.
We apparently need Groen to get Groen back.
You need, yeah, I was about to say, you need Groen to hit Azakiel so Groen can come back. Lily, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, great. At the end of your turn, he's going to go ahead and spend 4 legendary actions, his remaining 4 legendary actions. And actually, no, he's not.
Hit me, you bitch.
He's going to use 3 legendary. He's about to hit you. He's going to use 3 legendary actions. Lily, make a Fuck! If only he didn't fucking shat on you right here. Azakiel is sad. Yeah, he's gonna use Ire of the Veil on you. Lily, make me a DC 24 Constitution save, please.
Important note: is this a spell?
It is a magical effect. It's not a spell. It is a magical effect.
Hang
If it
on.
was a spell, I'd counterspell it.
Hang on. You can use your action.
This is him.
Okay.
Being an Arcana cleric and being intelligent about Arcana, and you can almost see what he's doing. He's unraveling the threads of magic that connect to your body.
Okay. I'm just wondering if Staff of the Magi's reaction would work here.
What's the reaction? Like absorption? No,
Okay.
it's not a spell.
Okay. All right. You said con save.
DC 24 con save.
All right. Oof.
Oof, that's a failure. You take 100 points of psychic damage. Let's see here. Do-do-do.
Hey, Ren, I got something for you in a second.
Sure. Level, okay. If the target fails its saving throw by more than... Okay, no, so you did not do that. All right, great. That's the end of his legendary action, and Lily, I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Legendary actions?
Legendary action phases.
Before that, I need to
Oh, God, he's
know
gonna-
that
Mhm.
charisma saving throw. I need to know what the DC was.
The DC for that charisma save would be 24.
Okay. So I rolled a 19 on that actually, but I with bless I still wouldn't have. hit it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
'Cause
not
I
quite.
get
You're almost
advantage
there.
on it that I forgot about.
Good to know. Good to know.
Mhm.
You get advantage on charisma saves?
I get advantage on any save
Oh wow. Okay.
against
Gotcha.
magic attacks or spell like thingy magickers and
Oof.
stuff.
OP.
Okay.
So neither of those Valkyrie legendary actions hit, unfortunately.
Well,
Okay.
that drops my concentration on tensors.
What does?
Oh wait. That attack, I can't succeed a DC 50 con save.
Oh, that's fair. No. Yep. All right. Tensors is gone.
But I do
Right.
have to make a DC 15 con save to not take 1 stack of exhaustion. Okay.
Okay. Nice. That's gonna be the end of your turn, Lily. Eve, it's now your turn.
Yeah, Eve's gonna whip out another spell scroll and subtle spell disintegrate.
You're subtle spelling it.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dex save from him.
Yep.
What was your saving throw DC again? Not. I think he
23.
fails again. Okay. Roll damage on your fucking like 7th level disintegrate.
I'm trying. It's
That's fine.
been really bad today. Like,
Yeah.
usually I don't notice it.
Listen, someday I'll move us to a program that's better. All right, fuck, 85 points of force damage. He's not immune to force damage either.
And I take out a spell scroll of spell magic and hand it to Shadow Scale.
Fuck, he can't see you cast that either.
Nope.
Motherfucker.
Question.
Alright, gotcha.
Con save.
Oh. Okay, hold on. 85 divided by 2. He has to succeed on a DC 42 Constitution save. I don't think he can. No, he has a plus. Okay, yeah, he can't succeed on that. He has a plus 10 to his base. His total to con saves is plus 19. So his highest roll would be what? Plus 39 is a natural 20.
Yeah.
He fails.
I figured.
Groen
as much
pops back
damage
into
as-
existence.
Of note, when he comes out, he just goes, "You done goofed."
He kind of looks back for a second as the rune above his head fades, and he just goes, "Oh fuck."
Eve just shouts, "Fuck your concentration!" And she
He's-
just not actually laughing.
He is about to consume your face. All right, Oz, I think it's your turn.
End of her turn. Since
Oh.
I am back, we're making a
Oh
tail
yeah,
attack.
legendary actions. Fuck.
Zuma, are you using your dragon at all?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe this is my third one for. Oh my god, stop! I'm supposed to have an army.
Yeah.
Do something.
They're just failing horribly.
Wait. No, that's not how enough to do this.
So
This
many.
army's
nat
about to have a
ones.
really bad day, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
So
Eve makes a pointed note to look away.
22 points of bludgeoning damage from Groen. Okay.
Oh yeah, I also
Azakiel
want to
is
look
no longer
away.
concentrating. Okay.
You can
Gotcha,
see on
good to
my
know.
character model that I'm looking away. So
damn it. Okay, gotcha.
Technically,
Um,
Eve is too.
Oz, you watch as like 8 Iscardians just fucking appear out of nowhere and start beating the shit out of Azakiel with you. He's taking the hits in stride and they're not really affecting him that much. And he like just pushes one of the guys to the ground with his brain. But you were sitting there in the midst of all this.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And he's
Oh, no.
raging.
Yeah, you are
I am
raging.
raging. Oz takes out 2 vials of explosive.
Okay.
And he activates his Rite of the Flame.
Oh my god. You just like crush him in your hand.
Oh no, he gets right up to Azakiel and shoves them where his arm should be.
Okay, got you. Are you taking the brunt of this blast as well?
Oh, of course.
Great, yeah.
Point
As
of
you-
order,
as you-
Oz also
Mhm.
has a mild fire on his person that would probably explode when this happens.
Excellent.
Hey Oz,
Great.
I have
I
a
don't
better
wanna
idea.
Die.
Why don't
Give
you
me a
ask
second here.
Eve to toss down her
Okay.
bomb?
So,
Bless.
none of this matters anymore because now I need the berserkers to roll me dexterity saving throws, please. I need Seraph and Groen to roll me a dexterity saving throw, along with the Valkyries. Oz and Azakiel also need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I have advantage
Oz.
on these.
Doesn't.
Let me pull up this damage chart real quick, and I just need to consult something real fast. Yeah, Oz. So that's 2 of them and a modifier.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna be
that's a-
kind here.
That's a 21 on my dexterity save.
Excellent, you do succeed. We're gonna be
I
kind
would
here.
also like to redirect my damage to Azakiel.
Oh no. Okay, great.
Alright.
Oh yeah, the fly is gone from everybody, but that's fine.
Okay, so Dex from me. I'm gonna Indom.
Okay.
Nope, I'm gonna take the other one, please.
So
Nothing
it's 2 vials of
matters.
explosives, and these are the like souped up explosives, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oz, can you please roll me 18 d10?
Uh-huh.
Hey, 2 of them rolled 20s.
I
Nice.
mean, I've got a bomb with the souped out explosives as well.
Okay, great. Good stuff. Oz, as you jam the 2 vials of explosives directly into the wound created by the disintegrate spell, you do encounter an arm, like a physical arm there, but it's not fully physical. Part of it is like ethereal, and you just kind of keep pushing, and eventually you now have these vials trapped within this runic arm that Azakiel now has as you crush them inside of this space and they explode. So the DC for the souped up explosives is 17. So if you rolled higher than a 17, congratulations, you only take half the damage. If you rolled under a 17, you're going to take 123 points of fire damage. Let's go ahead and get Azakiel's.
What was half again?
Ooh. Half is 100 and half is 61.
2 of those berserkers are still alive.
Okay, great.
Um,
I don't know which 2, but 2 of them live.
We'll say these 2 right here.
Question.
Oh, I didn't.
Answer.
Why does Azakiel have advantage on this?
Huh?
Why does Azakiel have advantage on this?
He doesn't have advantage. The
He
DC was
doesn't.
17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
He rolled the DC. No, you're fine. Okay, Groen, did you roll?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 25, I want to say.
Okay, yeah, you're great. Then you'll take half that damage. All right,
Azakiel would also have
Azakiel.
to make another dexterity saving throw because I
Yeah, because you
my
redirect
damage to him.
that shit.
So I can't
Motherfucker.
pass that con check.
Okay, well, Bless is gone.
I
Bye,
hope you
Bless.
have fun with those wisdom saves.
Wait, you succeeded, right? So it's half of.
No, I did not. I rolled a
failed.
9 and an 8.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
My berserkers survived with like
What about your
Okay.
Valkyries?
5
The-
health.
Yeah, they need to roll as well.
Oh, that's my bad.
So Groen, also, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
No, fuck you. I'm done
Pretty
with this.
please.
Okay,
Both of my
fine.
Valkyries are dead.
Wait, really? Does that kill them straight up?
Yeah.
Are they not immune to
Yeah.
fire damage or something?
Uh,
Okay, Groen, you maintain concentration. Bless is gone. However, Azakiel
Oh,
has to
they
make
have
another.
resistance.
Okay, they have resistance. Cool. They take half damage.
okay, we're good.
Okay, so Azakiel takes the half damage, so 61 plus 123 fire damage. I just kind of double checked because I thought maybe he was like resistant to fire. He actually doesn't have a resistance to fire. That is 184 points of damage to Azakiel in one
Woo.
turn. Woof.
Is that the record for most damage in one turn?
I don't think so. I think we've seen like 250 and plus now.
Maybe.
So does that count as one attack?
I would say that counts as your action. I would say that is an action that you just spent there. You still have your bonus
Okay.
action and your movement though.
I don't need to use those.
Okay. Do you end your turn with your fist still stuck in the like ethereal form of Azakiel's arm?
I'm still
Great.
fisting Azakiel.
Oh god. Okay. Well, Oz, is that the end of your turn?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Azakiel is gonna go ahead and at the end of that turn, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna say, I'm done with this shit. Fuck. Bitch.
Does that count as grappled?
I would say you are grappled by each other. Oz, roll me a wisdom saving throw. Right? Kind of hot. I mean, I would.
I'd fuck him.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
I'd fuck his old form.
Wisdom
but-
saving throw 19. Oz, that is a failure. You feel yourself, the rage building in you. You are compelled to hit things, and Azakiel looks too frail to be satisfying. And you turn to the massive dragon right
Hold on.
next to you.
He is the closest thing.
He is the closest thing. However, you are not compelled to just hit things. You are dominated.
He dominated you again. Again.
Listen,
Not
it's
for
what
long.
you do. Whenever you're fighting something, what do? You dominate the fighter.
Question.
All right.
Dominate me.
The good
Not
thing
for long.
is, I made a note
no.
to hand a spell scroll to
Anyway.
Shadow Scale.
That's
Ye-
true. That's true.
He
Zuma.
That's like concentration, right? Because at the end of
It is
his
concentration.
legendary action, I'm making a tail attack.
Okay, sure.
So that's
gonna be a hit. That's 16 plus 15.
31, and then
That's
he has to make his concentration check. And 8 plus 6 is 14. Plus 8 8 is 22. So DC 22.
DC 22. He's probably gonna make this, I will say, but if he rolls a natural 1, he fails. So that's a 35.
He has. Oh yeah, that's 35 still.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he
so-
does have disadvantage, but you made him fucking bullshit.
I mean, he is demigod. Sorry, Zuma. It's now
We've
your turn.
killed actual gods.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep on biting and clawing him. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember when I became hasted because I don't know if I'm past the point or the limit.
You are not past the point yet.
Okay,
You still have like 4 turns left.
Okay, just
Maybe
making
5.
Sure.
Hold on.
Just one check.
Yeah, you still have 5 turns.
Cool, got it. All right, let's go with the bite. That hits.
Nom. Hits.
Ooh.
Oof.
Not
bad, not bad.
That hits.
That's a hit.
Plum
Okay.
again.
Okay.
And then let's tail attack him.
Why do you get the tail? Oh,
'Cause he's hasted.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's clear his little doop there, and we're gonna put we'll put doop there. Okay, great. Yeah, so that is a total of 83 points of damage to Azakiel. He does have to make 4 concentration checks, but none of those exceed what he can roll, like his minimum roll.
Unless
So
he gets in that one.
saves don't fail in that one.
Damn.
Otherwise, like 2 of you would be dead right now.
True.
So. Okay, Zuma, as you just jump on Azakiel, manage to claw him. Still 83 points of damage to Azakiel. He is thrown around a bunch right now. Let me do some quick math here. Yeah, with that 184, that's a lot. 31, 83. He is hurting. He is bloodied at this point. As the battering of Azakiel commences, you have managed to reduce him below half HP. Only just. Zuma, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff is going to shoot his bow. Oh, yes, it hits.
Does it?
Awesome. I get to roll the poison damage. Woohoo!
Are
Enjoy!
both of those arrows poison?
Nope, one of them is.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Not bad. That's a total of 74. However, he does only take half damage from the poison. So
Come on, check.
Hold on. 10 plus 9. It's 46 points of damage. And I guess the first attack is where most of that's loaded in. Hold on. Uh, 37 points of damage is the first attack. Divided by 2, that is just that's 18. His minimum roll is 19.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
Unfortunately,
okay.
he can't fail those concentration checks. Jeff, is that the end of your turn? That's still a butt ton of damage. He is starting to look more and more hurt, more and more desperate as he looks around, realizing that maybe he might be a little outmatched.
Maybe. Yeah. Jeff is going to back up a little bit. Okay. We're good.
Okay, gotcha. It's now Azakiel's turn. At the start of Azakiel's turn, you watch some of his wounds mend back together. They're not all of them. But before you really get the chance to look into that too much further, I need everybody within 10 feet of Azakiel to make a DC 24 Constitution save, please.
Bye-bye, berserkers.
Yeah, I think
Hey.
the Berserkers are dead.
Can we not do Constitution saves anymore? That'd be cool.
You're supposed to be good at these.
That's
yeah, I
not-
have a +9.
Sorry, what was the range on it?
10.
10 feet. The
Okay, so
Valkyries
it's
are
not- yeah.
within 10 feet.
No, they're not.
They're within
Yes, they
50.
are because they're hovering over him.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
right,
Over
they
the
are. I
berserkers,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
okay.
we just left them there for our own sanity.
What is with the rolls?
I'm going
Stop.
I don't know.
I'm gonna use Indomitable.
Fucking
Okay.
stupid.
Gang gang.
All right. Oz is the only success so far. So everybody
Oz?
other than Oz,
Oz is the only
Because I'm
success?
fisting him.
I'm
so-
success too.
where'd you roll?
32 before your damage,
Wait,
your
what?
10d10.
Oh, okay, that's why it doesn't show up for me. Okay, good. Yeah, that's a success
Yeah.
as well. So
Okay.
everybody but Oz and Groen takes 55 points of psychic damage. Oz and Groen, you take half of that, which is 22. I'm sorry, 27. I'm bad at math. And then additionally, Azakiel is going to use his action at the top of his turn to activate. Let's see.
You said psychic.
Psychic, yeah, sorry. I think he. Yeah.
That
Alright,
succeeds,
so-
right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The con save for concentration, that succeeds, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
I need to decide who he's using this on right now.
Oh boy.
Oz
Oh,
did do a
fuck.
fuck ton of damage to him.
He did, but Oz is also
And
connected
right
to
up
him, and
next to him.
Azakiel can't use this on a creature that's connected to him, really.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Technically, we're all emotionally connected to him, so we can't use it on
I
any
think
of
that's true. Yeah, no,
Hit
that's,
me, you
that's true. That's
pussy.
fair. Yeah, okay, Lily, fuck off. Let's see here.
I don't know what he's doing, but
1,
hit me.
2, 1, 2. Think this is the size of it. Let me double check something.
Oh no. What is
Range
this?
of 100 feet. Uh-huh.
Don't like that.
Do I know what this
Cube,
is?
okay. Can be up
Can
to
I
20
cast
feet on a
protection?
side. You cannot.
Well, fuck. Sorry, tried.
Wait, what? Can I counterspell?
You cannot. There is no visible spell here.
Okay, just
Sorry.
making sure.
1, 2, 3.
There's no visible
4.
spell here.
There you go. Lily, your
Yep.
world suddenly goes completely and totally dark as this field of force energy surrounds you. Your vision is cut off from all sides. You can't see inside or out of this force that is surrounding you currently.
Oh god, he used the prism. Oh god,
No, this isn't Prism.
I forget what the
Lily,
actual name is.
Lily, your mother is especially fond of this spell.
Oh fuck!
I forget the name of it. The actual name
It's
of it.
prismatic wall.
Yeah, that.
No.
Nope.
mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Then I have no
Force
idea what
cage.
the fuck it is. Oh yeah.
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 I'll
Yeah,
just
so
ping it so
I should still be able to see through it.
you can't see through force cage as far as I know.
Yeah. you
Yeah.
can.
Creating a solid barrier that prevents any matter from blocking any spells. Oh, yeah, you can see into or out of it. You just can't cast spells through it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's the shape of a cage. So yeah, you can see through it like there's little bars. You are currently trapped within that.
Cool.
That also is not concentration.
Cool.
Azakiel is going to use a bonus action to issue Oz the command to. He just says, "Kill the dragon," and then
There are 3 dragons. One's flying.
yeah, take your pick. And then he's also going to use another action to.
Hint, hint. Try to kill the flying one.
Yeah, trying to get the flying one.
So. I need everybody. No, actually, there is no saving throw associated with this. Azakiel's going to move right here. He's just going to step right here, get a little bit closer here. Groen, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like, because he does leave your space. I think
He hasn't
Zuma
moved
does as
at
well.
all.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I don't see him moved.
Yeah,
Fucking
he hasn't
dicks!
moved
I'm
at
so
all.
tired of roll 20. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh real quick. He's moved right in front of fucking Shadow Scale. What the?
Shadow's
Lily,
got
did-
flying, so.
Right, but he's moved right in front of her. Lily, do you even see like a black box around you?
I see a black box.
Yeah.
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 Why did it? Why is this token broken? Why is the broken token broken?
Is it a solid wall or is it a cage?
It is a cage.
Cage.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can see
still
through it. You
cast
just
spell
can't
through
cast
it.
spells through it.
Okay.
I need everybody to go ahead and just make me a this would be a charisma saving throw. Anybody that can see Azakiel currently.
Me and Shadowscale are looking away.
Charisma.
Okay. Charisma.
I am as
uh-huh.
well still.
That's not great.
I jokingly said I was looking away, but I never actually said it. And, yeah.
Okay, let me see if Azakiel's token moves this time. Did you see his token move?
Yes.
Yes.
What the fucking dicks? Okay.
I was half tempted to refresh because I was like, is it me that's broken?
Would I get an attack of opportunity?
No, because you're dominated. You treat him like him. To you, he is your best friend.
Treat him like daddy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so Groen and Zuma would both be able to take an attack of opportunity if they'd like.
All right.
Yeah, I missed.
He's
one.
not disengaging. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Sorry, I had to refresh.
There
And
you go.
then that is 1, 2. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Great. All right. So everybody fails this, and that is going to be. Just gonna go ahead and expend a legendary resistance to cast Ire of the Veil within his wave of within his sundered reality. You watch the aura around him, this dark black aura. You watch tentacles just start appearing from the ground around him. Anytime you see one of these tentacles, it just sends this like fear through your mind. It shatters the brain to look at them. Those of you that fail will take 120 points of psychic damage.
Sheesh.
This is an
What
important
was the
distinction.
DC?
DC's 24.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
What happens if you use a disintegration roll on a force gauge?
That's a good question.
Because I think it would break right through. It can't be dispelled, but I imagine it could break it.
Roll20 just kind of fucked up. I don't know what my health was before, but I minused 120 and it set my health to 120. So,
Your health was
what
like
do you want to
240-ish before, so I mean that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 250, 240. That's fine with me. All right. That's gonna be. Let's see. That's number one. Number 2. Spirit, did you drop to 0 HP?
Technically, I forgot I have a no die thing.
Are
don't
you going
know
to
if
use that no die thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I want to use that now.
Great. Okay. And then he's just going to let's see. He can't use anything else here, so he's gonna go ahead and just make his next thing be fucking essence blast, and he's gonna hit. Actually, he's gonna try to hit Spirit with this. He has disadvantage on this right now. 20 to hit.
Spell?
That misses.
Okay, misses then. That's gonna be the end of Azakiel's turn. Seraph, it's now your turn.
I don't want.
Legendary actions.
I'd like to shout down to Seraph. Seraph, bag of holding, superior potion. Me.
Oh, cool. I get to tail attack him still.
Yeah, you tail attack still. It's 15 compared to your bites 10.
Oh shit.
That
No,
hits.
it's 20.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I thought it was 15.
Shit.
I took damage. That means I get to take a Wisdom saving throw against his Dominate.
Did you? You did. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Yep, that's a good fucking point.
You have advantage on it, remember?
I mean, I'm not hoping for much, but
Oh,
nah.
I'm sorry, bud.
that
Okay.
ain't it.
That
He's
ain't it, bud.
concentrating though, and
He
has
is.
to make his concentration check.
That is fair, and it's a fairly high concentration check. It's what, 22 or something?
22. Yeah.
Yeah, 22. Okay. No.
He
Almost.
made it by 1.
Yep. Almost. He rolled a 4. If he had rolled if he had rolled a 2 or lower, he would have failed. Zuma, that hits. Okay. He can't fail on yours, so we'll just add these together. It's 14, 20. Okay. Math is hard. We'll say. Okay. Perfect. Gotcha. All right. Seraph, it's now your turn.
What was that about a superior healing potion?
I have 30
She
healing.
has several in her bag.
My bag of holding.
Jesus, alright, yeah, where?
In my bag of holding on me. So
Say it's
but
a
you're
bonus
flying.
action for you. Oh, well, can't you fly?
I have 1 hit point and I'm right next to him.
That's
You
fair.
can-
That's
you
fair.
I don't want to get
Disengage.
pitch smacked.
What if he has Sentinel?
If he has Sentinel, I quit. He's not a Hexblade Warlock, he's a cleric. He needs to get out of here.
can I drop a potion down to her?
Not unless it's your turn.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the disengage action
And pray.
and fly up to Eve.
Okay, you disengage.
Yeah.
Okay, Azakiel reaches. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Because he hasn't. Yeah.
Before he touches me, I stab myself in the chest.
Nope.
Not like this.
Nope.
I will not die to you. Oh, you're hurting. I don't want to hear it right now. You killed my army and you almost killed me. Yeah, I'm gonna fly up to Eve.
Your army was dead anyways.
Wasn't
Okay,
dead.
you fly up to Eve.
And I guess take a potion?
Eh,
Okay.
Alright, what's the superior one?
the maximum roll.
It's
maximum potion.
It's like, hold on, we have a bot that does this for
It
us now.
does.
Superior or supreme?
Item superior. It's supreme is what she has.
Yeah, I have a lot of those, and
It's
Wow.
Yep, there you go.
I'm
39
so
points.
4 fucking ones.
That's rough.
Oof. Oof.
just grab another one and like go away.
Well, she doesn't have the action to now.
Grab another one and go away.
Okay, Seraph, that's the turn.
Yeah.
That's your like action surging. I don't know if you have any hidden action surges here.
Bring my Valkyries back.
Okay, great. All right, end of your turn. Legendary action from Azakiel. He's going to go ahead and he is going to use 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to use all 5 of his legendary actions.
Sheesh.
And he is going to target.
So real quick, is this a
Yeah.
cage or a solid prison?
It's the cage.
Okay, because I can still cast spells through a cage.
You cannot cast spells through a cage. Read the spell.
It says prison in the shape of a box, creating a solid barrier that prevents any matter through passing through it and blocking the spells cast to or into or
Prison in
out
the shape of
from
a
the
box can
area.
be up to 10 feet on a
But
side.
a cage
creating
doesn't say that.
Huh.
Her.
I hear the wheels turning.
Her.
Cage also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking. Fuck you. Okay. All right. So he's going to target. Yeah, he's going to use all 5 of his legendary actions. Seraph, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is this a spell?
This is a spell.
I want to counter spell.
Okay, roll for it.
Okay, I will do that.
DC 17.
Goody. I will do. What level should I do? I guess a level 4.
Excuse me.
On.
Roll for it. There you go. Nope.
Nope. I tried.
Unfortunate. You don't have anything that gives you advantage on charisma checks, do you?
I don't think so.
So, yeah, Seraph, go ahead and roll me a Constitution save, please.
There's
This is
gotta
a
be
spell.
where it rolls really fucking low.
Oof. Seraph, let me go ahead and roll damage.
Oof.
You can just say it kills me, man. It's fine.
Nice. So Seraph, do you have more than 69 HP?
I do not.
Seraph, you are reduced to 0 hit points, and you all watch your friend drop to the ground,
She's
not breathing.
flying.
She might be flying. She's not anymore. She drops to the ground as she goes unconscious, and you watch the spell seem to siphon some of her life energy. You are currently unconscious on the ground with 0 hit points and 2 failed death saving throws. Okay, that is going to be the end of his legendary action. Shadow Scale.
Yeah, Shadow Scale's gonna cast a spell magic on Azakiel, for the dominate person.
Okay, roll for it.
Will do. Let's fingers crossed. It's charisma check. I don't think I succeed.
No, that's not going to succeed. No, dominate person's a 5th level spell. This is a DC 15, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And she doing anything with a bonus?
No.
Grunt.
Before end of her turn, I'm gonna use my final legendary action.
Pop.
Will it roll? It did not.
That's
it did.
that's a miss.
It's a failure. Cool. Okay, my turn. Two questions.
Sure.
Or 3, I should say.
Mhm.
One, how does my Vala being able to cast spells in wild shape, that doesn't apply to this because it's a shape change, not wild shape technically, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. 2, we decided that the cage was a cage, so things could go through
Yep.
it. Correct?
Things can go through it. That's correct.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use his breath. That's the wrong sheet. I'm going to use the breath, okay? And it's a 90-foot it's a 90-foot cone.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to project it in like this direction in a way that it'll only hit Azakiel and Oz.
Okay, it is gonna hit Oz.
You're gonna hit Jeff.
You will still hit Jeff as well.
Oh shoot! I didn't see Jeff over there.
And you'll probably. Oh, you almost
Nope,
barely didn't.
Shino is just outside of your range, just barely.
Do it. Fucking do it.
Okay,
Jeff could live through a breath.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. All right. So that's a Constitution save from Azakiel.
Mm-hmm. DC.
Okay, DC 22. Okay. So he has to roll a 1 or a 2. Nope. So he succeeds. He takes half damage. Oz, roll me a con save, and Jeff, roll me a con save. Okay.
So Oz takes half damage. Jeff takes
the full damage. Go ahead and roll me 16d8, please.
16.
See, that's 1, 2, 3. He's looking pretty hurt at this point, isn't it?
I rolled the exact thing that it says.
The exact average. Okay, so Oz and Azakiel will take 36 points of cold damage. Jeff takes 72.
Can Oz choose to fail the save?
You can choose to fail saving throws, so yeah, if you want to.
Why?
Oz chooses to fail. That knocks him down to 0 hit points. Oz is now at 0 hit points, but given the rules that we're using whenever Oz hits 0 hit points, he pops back up with the 1 and is no longer dominated.
That's fair. Okay. Oz, you were at 1 hit point and no longer dominated. I suppose that breaks Azakiel's concentration.
I was going to say, can we make the concentration save before he chooses to do that? No, that wouldn't be fair, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, no. Okay. So yeah, 36 points of damage to Azakiel, 72 to Jeff and Oz. As the breath echoes out from your draconic form, Groen, is that the end of your turn?
End of my turn, I get my legendary actions back. Am I able to use a legendary action on you?
No, you can't use them at the end of your turn. It has to be another creature's.
Azakiel did, though, right?
He did not.
He doesn't.
Okay. Use them at the end of Seraph's turn.
Seraph's turn, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's going to be the end of your
action. If that's okay.
Sure. Go for it.
And
17 misses, unfortunately. Okay, Groen, end of your turn. Azakiel doesn't have any legendary actions because you just used all of them.
All of them.
Lee.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to cast Heal at 7th level.
How much HP is that?
That is, I believe, 80. Let me ping it. Oh, hang on. That didn't give me a choice. It's 70 plus.
I think it adds 10 per level, or 15?
Yes, 10 for each slot above 6th. So
gotcha.
That'd be 80.
Azakiel is going to turn around and try to counter that. Let's see here.
Actually, Snowflake's going to counterspell his counterspell. I mean, Shadow Skill is.
Okay. Sure. So hers is 3rd level as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, heal goes off. That's going to be what, 80 points?
80 points to Oz, yes. Then, for my bonus action, I am going to cast a 2nd level healing word on Seraph.
Okay, roll that for me.
Oh, come on. Roll 20, please. Thank you.
More like Troll winning. Wait. The fuck was that noise?
I don't know. That is 13 hit points.
Okay. All right. Seraph, you are conscious with 13 HP. The breath just kind of breathes back into you.
Do I get the death
whatever the...
saves back?
Huh?
Do I get the death saves back? Do those...
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever you come conscious, you... Yep.
I know there's some scenarios where you don't get the
There are
fails,
some, so
but I
good to
don't.
check.
Yeah.
They are not permanent.
Okay.
Okay. So these are
think you have a level
half-inch
addition?
diameter bars,
No,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spaced half an inch apart. For an attack roll, what would that give Azakiel in terms of cover?
I'd say +2 to his AC.
+2 to his AC.
It's quarter cover or whatever that's called.
Okay. All right. I'm still gonna take it. I'm gonna make
Sure.
an attack against him with my bow.
Okay.
With my extraction from haste.
Sure.
Um.
That's right. Where the fuck? Oh, that's because you drink a potion. I was like, where's your concentrate? Okay.
29.
Hey, that's gonna be a hit. That's gonna be a hit.
Nice.
Is this with like a
Yes.
aberration slaying or?
Yep. Always.
Okay.
It's against Azakiel.
How many fucking arrows do you have?
I bought like 60 something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 17.
Wait, I gotta find.
Roll
I don't have tensors.
you don't have
damage anymore.
tensors. Nope. So.
But arrow of aberration slaying. Roll 20, please. Alright.
Okay, gotcha. He is. Oh, it's okay. He is looking pretty hurt right now. He's not dead by any means, but he is definitely suffering at the moment.
Yeah, that's it's my turn.
Okay. Eve.
Eve takes a deep breath and she transfers her spell slots real quick. Because this is about to get very nasty.
That's a bonus action to do.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Disintegrate on him. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a scroll and cast Disintegrate on him.
Okay. He's gonna use a legend. Nope, never mind.
Can't counter spell because he just counter spell.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's gonna automatically succeed on the saving throw. He's not even gonna try to make it. He's gonna
Okay.
use legendary resistance. That's his second one so far.
Okay, so I don't have to roll.
Yeah. Well, you have to roll the damage, but.
Well, I mean,
That was Saber Suck.
it's a Saber Suck spell.
Oh, that's right. It is. Yeah, he automatically succeeds then. Yeah. So, yep. That's gonna be the end of that. End of your turn. Jeff goes. Or no, Jeff has his own initiative.
Yeah, Jeff.
End of her turn, I'm making a tail attack.
Okay.
Same.
Not
Okay.
making a tail attack.
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
baby.
Hit.
Yes.
I
Sam
miss all
hits
my.
more with his tail attacks than he does with his
I know,
arrows.
right?
You know what? You're right. You're
To
definitely
be
right.
fair, the tail attacks have a good to hit, but I miss all mine and he hits all his.
Question: can Seraph cast Dimension Door?
She cannot.
Even with the spell scroll?
No, because she doesn't have a spell list.
Right.
Mm-hmm. One shot on Inzuma. All right. Is that your turn, Eve? And Groen, is at the end of your legendary action?
It is.
Okay, Oz.
All right,
You are no
first
longer
things
dominating.
first,
Because why not?
I am.
You are raging and transformed.
I am going
Actually-
to.
Is a note. Your rage is currently gone because you did lose consciousness for a moment.
Yes.
So.
I'm going to use my second win to gain 15 extra points of
Okay.
healing. Puts me back up to 95. And then we're gonna give the boy the old 1-2.
Gotcha. Go for it. Okay, those all hit. Okay, gotcha. 67 points of damage as you walk up to Azakiel and just start swinging. You manage to catch him in the shoulder, and you watch as just part of the shoulder just disappears. The rune that's on that shoulder stays there as if the shoulder's still there, but you've severely wounded him at this point. Azakiel is a second here. Azakiel is close to death.
Okay.
All right, Oz, is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, give me a second here. I need to rebalance Azakiel's HP. Minus. Okay. Boy's hurting a little bit. All right. It's gonna be the end of your turn. Zuma.
I want to attempt to eat Azakiel.
You want to attempt to what? Excuse me? What the fuck did you say?
I want to try to eat him.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, okay. All right. So I got a chalupa. So I'm gonna pretend this chalupa is Azakiel, and I'm gonna cosplay you here. That said, go ahead. Make your. Are you
Would this be like
trying
a
to?
grapple, or
Are you trying to like actually eat Azakiel?
I mean, I don't know if there's a way to do that, but I would like to try
Make
to
a
like
make a bite attack.
bite attack. Okay.
Uh-huh. That's gonna hit. We're gonna use Tarask rules here. Azakiel gets a saving throw. So next attack you would use is go ahead and make another bite attack for me.
Bite attack.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, he still has legendary resistance.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and automatically succeed on this save. That's his third
Okay.
legendary resistance. So go ahead and just roll damage on both of those bite attacks. He takes half damage from the second one. Okay.
Like, I don't want to be eaten. God damn it.
That would be your turn at that point.
Okay. Even and still hasted.
Oh, and you
like
have a
that,
hasted action, so yep.
Okay. Oh.
God damn, this food is all, like, super greasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the papers.
That
falling.
hits. He is still alive. Just barely, but he is
Okay.
still alive.
Okay. End of my turn.
Okay.
Into Fizz turn.
Okay.
I'm using my last legendary action to make a tail attack.
That's a hit. Oh my god.
17. Please tell me that does that. Does it?
It doesn't kill him.
No.
He is not far off this shit, though. He might make it to his turn.
Maybe.
Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
Jeff,
Best
ha.
archer
If Jeff
in the
kills
game.
Azakiel, I will get up and leave.
He doesn't got any more
Just means
poison
that
arrows
Azakiel
at the
killed
moment.
Azakiel.
True.
But he'll try. He'll shoot.
27 hits.
14 damage.
That's all he's got?
Yeah, that's all he's
Fuck.
got.
Okay.
And
I was
Azuma,
kind of
take a
excited for
legendary
that.
action.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Is he gonna die because he tried to kill Seraph?
Aw.
No, it misses. Yes.
Dang it.
He's like, oh god.
Azakiel's turn. Azakiel starts his turn. Somebody roll me a d6 for his wave of weirdness, please.
I'm not touching that.
I'll do it.
Oh, thank
Got
god.
it.
Oz did it. He gets it back.
Okay. Okay. Azakiel's going to use 3 separate things. The first thing he's going to use... Who's he going to pick here? He just kind of is now, he's like bleeding all over. Parts of him are missing. The runes are holding him in place, holding him together, barely alive. And he's kind of hunched over here. He's holding where his arm used to be. You can still see the runes there. And he just looks around at all of you. He's getting more and more crazed. As
I didn't warn you.
He just kind of looks at you and his eyes flare bright orange for a moment. Oz, how much HP do you currently have?
Is this a spell?
Not one that
That
you
would
can
be
see.
90,
Okay.
95.
Oz, you dropped to 0 hit points and just hit the ground. Let's see here.
He died outright, didn't he? Oh god, Lily, you're gonna die.
Oz, as you hit the ground, I need you to make me a Constitution save, please.
What effect is this? Do I recognize it?
I think it's power word
you
kill.
You just watched Oz just drop to the ground. You have no
Is it
idea.
Power kill.
Probably.
Can I use my reaction to shunt Oz away?
Can you do that as a reaction?
I won't fucking know. We never specified whether it was an action, bonus action, or what.
It's same rules as Find Familiar, so it's an action.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, is Find Familiar put it away as an action?
It's an action to banish your familiar.
Oh, okay.
No, unfortunately. So Oz, you just hit the ground, and then from there, he's going to go ahead and he's going to use 2 Ire of the Veil. Lily, make me a con save.
Is this a spell?
And this is a spell.
All right, I'm gonna use.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the same thing that he's been using. Ire of the Veil. It's not a spell. It's a magical effect. I apologize. It is a spell-like effect for the intents of like advantage and stuff like that. Also, Groen, I'm gonna need you to make one of these as well for me.
What type of
Wisdom
roll?
saving throw.
Wisdom save?
I mean, I'm sorry. Constitution saving throw. Blip.
Okay, cool.
29. Okay, cool.
Okay, you take half damage.
Does 23 save?
23 is just barely a failure, unfortunately.
Oh, cool. I use my legendary resistance to succeed.
You fucking what, mate?
Ancient White Dragon.
Ancient White Dragon.
All right. Both of you succeed. You'll both take half damage from this. That's gonna be 61 points of damage to each of you. Psychic damage, as a note.
61.
Oz.
Concentration check.
Yeah, 61. Concentration check from Groen, please.
Mm-hmm.
You have to beat a 30. Okay, concentration is dropped on shape change.
Honestly,
You're both back to your normal form.
Yeah.
honestly, I was dropping it on my next turn anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You just kind of like stand there, like going from Ancient White Dragon to Turtle and Elf is a little disturbing.
Jarring.
Yeah, you do note as he does this, he does seem to regain some of that vitality he previously had. Looks a little
Actually,
calmer.
I could have succeeded on that. Oh well, I was gonna drop it anyways.
Okay, and let's see here. Oz, what is your maximum hit points?
204.
Lily, you feel something kind of disturb you for a moment as you realize that bond that you have is empty right now.
Doesn't she take damage too?
Does she take damage if Oz dies?
They're soul bonded.
I don't think she takes damage.
We
from
are.
him.
This was part of the agreement. Yes.
Do you have what the effect is? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but basically, when Oz died.
Oh yeah, when Oz dies,
Lily
Lily
also
dies.
died.
Yeah, Lily, you're at 0 hit points. You're dead. Lily and Oz both just hit the ground. That's the end of Azakiel's turn. Seraph, it is now your turn.
Okay. So I came back near the end of a conversation at something about Azakiel almost being dead.
Yeah, he looked really hurt. He still looks fairly hurt, but he doesn't look as hurt as he was by any means.
As a note, Eve would tell Seraph to get the fuck away from Azakiel right now.
You've also had this discussion with people in the group before, in their original encounter with Azakiel. You would know Azakiel when he drops somebody to 0 hit points, with certain abilities that he has, he consumes a good portion of their memories, and generally speaking, he kind of heals from that. He did it to Oriana once.
Please take my warning.
Okay. Seraph.
Does this specify a melee attack? I can't remember. Is Divine Smite a melee or no?
It's anything you want. Any weapon attack.
Okay.
Normally, in normal 5e rules, Divine Smite has to be a melee weapon, but fuck that. This is the real world.
I don't even know where to go. I'm gonna get the fuck out of Compton.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know how big the radius is going to be on this, but I don't think any of you want to be that close.
Okay. You're just disengaging and fucking dip setting?
I am not disengaging.
Oh, you take the attack? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Actually, can
he's
I
gonna...
use a bonus action to drink a potion first?
Yes, you sure can. Go for it. I think you have another Supreme from Eve. While you're doing that, I am gonna grab a potion of my own. 52 fucking hit points!
Thank God.
Whoa! Okay. 52 hit points. And Seraph, whew, that's pretty good. So Azakiel doesn't have much in the way of attacks of opportunity, fortunately. He can shocking grasp you? Sure.
Isn't that a
He's
spell?
gonna make a shock. It is a spell.
Wouldn't you need Warcaster to do that?
Technically speaking, yeah. You know what? Fine. Essence Bolt. 27. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
You
Seraph.
couldn't just let him hit me with the fucking shocking grasp.
I mean, how is he hitting it? Isn't Essence Bolt ranged?
It would be
Essence Bolt is
disadvantage.
ranged. 27. Yeah, it's disadvantage.
But isn't it a spell?
Yeah, you can. You have to use a melee spell attack.
Oh no, Essence Bolt isn't a spell for Azakiel. Look, hold on.
Wait,
This is okay. So the Essence Bolt that y'all are familiar with, the reason that spell exists is because I was making Azakiel's sheet and wanted, and I liked it. And yeah, it is not a spell. It is just an inbuilt thing that Azakiel uses. It is one of his. It is his only normal attack.
Still arranged?
Yeah.
It is a
you
range,
can't
so it
make-
has disadvantage.
You can't make attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
He's gonna be melee.
He's gonna punch you.
He's gonna punch you.
That's a good fucking point. Okay, yeah, no, you're not wrong. He's gonna punch you. 6 to.
No, that misses.
That was a not one.
I just got rules lawyered. I just got rules lawyered efficiently and correctly. Fuck. Seraph, is that the end of your turn?
Drinking a potion is bonus action, right?
Correct. Yes.
Fuck
Yeah, I just got
this
dunked.
guy.
I just got Oz'd.
Wait, I have a question. Are they permanently dead or are they still alive?
They are. Their soul is not consumed, but they are like permadead right now. They're dead. They're not
Okay.
unconscious.
Okay, just making sure. Because of what I'm about to do.
Okay. So 28 and 30 both hit.
Alright, I'm divine smiting both of those fuckers.
Sure. Okay.
I don't care if it's radiant damage, one of them crit.
The 30 crit. So go for it. Roll damage and then divine smite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, there's a damage. There's 1 divine smite, 2 divine smite,
Okay.
3 divine smite.
What?
Wait, what? You get 3.
One of them crit.
One of them crit.
All right. So you get to roll it again.
So let me go ahead and add this up. That's a lot of damage.
Oh.
It's all radiant damage, but it don't matter. Except for the bow. The
Yeah.
bow is magical, but not radiant.
That is Okay. Hold on.
This is why I also wanted
19.
to pick up our +2 longbow.
14. I just fucking didn't add that because I'm an idiot. I just typed it in instead of hitting the plus sign. Then it was like fucking 1 billion damage. Hold on. Divided by 2 plus 12 plus 11 plus 7. That is still 77 points of damage. What's up?
The necklace that Lily's been wearing and attuned to, the riddle one. Does anything happen with it?
It is still pulling in the direction of Azakiel. It is
Okay.
kind of like almost. It feels like it wants to be with Azakiel right now.
Okay.
Just dragging her limp body across the ground.
Actually, very, very, very slightly. It's not strong enough to really pull her, but she moves like half an inch. It needs to be with Azakiel. Sarah, fucking 2 arrows into Azakiel's face. Yeah, 77 points of damage. Let me do some quick math here. God damn. 17, 14, plus 77, and then minus 22, minus 24. Oh, he's so close. Y'all are fucking... He's ping-ponging right now. He's still alive. All right. Azakiel's looking close to death. Seraph, is that the end of your turn?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm gonna
at the-
kill him.
At the end of your turn,
Oh,
Azakiel is going to
jinx.
use legendary action. Oh man, he is in trouble here. He is going to spend all 5 of his legendary actions to cast a spell. You see a
Counterspell. At
okay.
7th level.
You're spending a 7th level to counterspell?
Yes.
Okay. You watch the rune that you recognize as Plane Shift shatter as your counterspell tears it from his
You
chest.
are not going anywhere. Nuclear option.
You're not going to win. You don't understand what you're messing with, the forces that are at play here. Okay.
You had your opportunity to tell us. When I listened.
So yeah, as a I don't know how my character works. So Oz, I will tell you, yeah, the very first time this ever happened, actually, you got one shot by a crit, and it did bring you back to life from full dead. So you can use a revive if you still have one. I don't know
would
if you still
highly
have one.
suggest.
I would highly not. What's about to happen?
I mean, he goes after you, but Shadow Scale.
No, Shadowscale's the one that's gonna do it. She's gonna take the bag of holding from me that has the bomb in it and drop it down on, like, turn it inside out.
Is this like the big fucking bomb?
Yep, it's the 10 fire wild bombs.
Okay, hold on.
It's got 7 mild fires and 7 alchemy fires.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so hold on. Personal note: stop giving players explosives. Okay.
Technically, we gave them to ourselves.
This is technically true.
Yes, we made them ourselves.
Just be glad they're
Okay.
not using a bag of holding in a portable hole.
No, listen. One time I saw somebody polymorph a bad guy into a squirrel and put him into a portable hole, and that was the end of the encounter. Like, evil bad guy over because he couldn't resist a polymorph. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So Azakiel is close to death. How many of these do you have again?
Okay, I have 10 wildfire bombs,
Can he
7 mild
counterspell your
fires,
explosive?
and 7 alchemy fires.
Okay, so alchemy fires are 1d4 each, so 7 times an average of 2.5. Okay, and then you had, okay, so we'll say for the purposes of this, fuck it, roll me 18d10.
Okay, 1 second.
This is the good. Okay, growing in Inazuma. Oh, Inazuma, you're just
18.
inside the range, buddy.
18d10, right?
Yep, 18d10.
Ooh.
Inazuma, do you have evasion by chance?
I have uncanny dodge.
Oh no. Okay, so I need everyone within 20 feet of Azakiel to make me a dexterity saving throw, except for Oz, because Oz is currently unconscious right now.
Hey,
So is Lily.
Yeah, Lily's not within 20 feet. So Shadow Scale and Eve, I think you are, you know.
Nope. We're like 50 feet in
Oh.
the air.
So yeah, just growing and Zuma. Oh no, fucking growing.
I've already minused it. I'm at 44 HP.
I saw it happen before you rolled. I was like, all right, no, he knows. Zuma, you barely succeed on, or not barely, you succeed on this check. You take half damage. This is all fire damage. 99 points of fire damage.
And I also use uncanny dodge to half that as well.
Only on attacks. Evasion is what can half saving throws.
Okay, cool.
Has to actually be something that's attacked
So-
you.
so-
Azakiel is going to succeed.
Sorry, it's half is what, 49? 50?
Yeah, 49 points of damage. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you do succeed. Azakiel is going to use his 4th legendary resistance to succeed and pray.
He's like, oh god.
Does that still? Hold on. That's what, 49 points of fire damage?
Mhm.
Okay, no, he's still kicking.
Cool.
He's
My
good.
turn?
He's great.
My
Yeah.
turn?
Have
Grown,
at
it's
him,
now.
Grown.
Grown,
Okay,
it's now your
cool.
turn.
So, just so I'm clear,
Oh,
Oz
wait.
is...
Oh no, never mind. Continue. Sorry, he used all his fucking legendary actions.
Oz is like is dead. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Oz is not breathing anymore, but I mean he doesn't do that anymore anyway. So.
Yeah. True.
No longer
How
on
do
this
we-
plane.
How do we want to do this? We'll do this one.
Azakiel looks like he has less than 10% of his health left.
So
Oh god,
I
you're gonna
am
catch me in
doing-
that.
no, I'm not.
Oh, thank god.
No, I'm not. So I am doing it far enough off in this direction.
Just Oz's corpse.
Bye!
Yep.
I love
Okay.
that.
We're beating up his
Wicked
corpse.
ragdoll effects.
So I'm basically catching Oz and Azzy.
And Jeff.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
god.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, Jeff.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Jeff.
Don't. Oh my God! You just hit me and Zuma for fucking everything.
I warned you to get back.
I
Alright,
didn't
so-
have time to move.
Yeah.
Wait. You can avoid Jeff if you put it right here.
Wait, what?
You can avoid Jeff if you put it right here.
Wait, how?
Because it's a 50-foot...
It's a 50-foot cylinder.
Yeah.
Alright, you fucking
Oh, it's a 50
genius.
foot radius. Never mind. I'm dumb. Ignore me. I can't
No.
maps.
No, you're correct. 50-foot radius puts it out to right here.
Yeah, but it's a radius, not...
So it goes up here as well. It would hit Zuma though. So
It would hit Zuma.
Yeah.
so Zuma or Jeff?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take Jeff out over Zuma, like hitting
Okay.
Jeff every single day of the week.
Okay,
Sorry.
gotcha. So that's gonna hit
Wow.
Jeff. It'll
Oh.
avoid Zuma.
One's an NPC. One's a PC.
Zuma
Jeff is in
will
our
be
hearts.
fine.
Jeff can be in our hearts all he wants. One
Jeff
is
is
an
gonna
actual
be in our
human
hearts.
being. Anyways,
Also, we can always
Wow.
resummon Jeff.
But
It's
it's
technically
never
true.
Jeff.
It's never really Jeff.
I mean, you don't know that at this point.
I'm not gonna
don't-
be.
none
made
of you know
to feel
anything about
bad
Jeff.
this.
That's fair.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna be made to feel bad about this. I fucking cast reverse gravity.
all right, chillax. It's memes. So the ceilings in here are pretty fucking high. Upwards of 130 feet.
Well, it's
how-
100. It's 100 feet high.
Okay, gotcha.
That's,
So you cast reverse gravity, and then do you just drop it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me 10d6.
Oh wow, that's a bad roll.
Ah. Fuck. Okay.
I haven't seen. There it is.
So
I'm assuming
as
that
he doesn't get a
kill him?
saving throw or anything, it doesn't kill him, no. But
Mhm.
he takes 36 points of bludgeoning damage, but it's not enough, unfortunately. You would have had to
Cool.
have a much higher roll.
Well, it's all good. Bonus action, fire Ellie, and
Okay.
then I am drawing. I am gonna move him basically right here.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, right here. I want to be able to hit him, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. And
Yeah.
Rowan, that's the end of your
So,
Lily, you are unconscious.
yeah, question.
Yeah. Or not unconscious, you're fucking dead.
You said Azakiel didn't consume our souls, correct?
No, yeah, he doesn't consume a soul with that ability. He has a different one that he does that with.
Cool. Can I... Tell me if this would work or not. I have the soul gem of all of those people on me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Can I consume their souls? Do I have to be alive for that? Can
You
the
do have
soul
to be
do
alive
it?
for that. Yeah, you have to make a conscious decision for that type of thing, unfortunately.
So the soul can't do it.
No.
I just saw what I
Okay.
said.
Yeah. Lily, that's gonna be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So. And then Oz, at the start of your turn, if Azakiel's still not dead, you can decide if you want to use one of your revives or not.
Right.
Eve,
How much damage would be with a 50-foot drop?
5d6. And keep in mind, he's been shown to be resistant to mundane damage, so if it's not magical damage, he's resistant to it.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna drop off Shadow Scale and leave a potion with her to get
Okay.
Jeff.
Okay.
And land next to Azakiel.
Okay.
5d6, you said?
Yep.
Second. Come on. Poke. Poke. Holy shit. 5d6.
Okay, so you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can I activate my dagger to do that aura? Because it's a bonus action to do that.
Yeah, you haven't lifted a bonus action so far, I don't think.
Nope. So that's half, so that is...
Oh, shit, this song is loud.
So it's 8 damage.
Okay.
So I become resistant to all types of damage. Oh my god, gibbly goobers. I'm on a subtle spell disintegrate with the spell scroll.
Hold on, minus 36. I need to do math real fast, 1 second. Hold on. Okay, gotcha. I had to figure out what his current HP was. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm subtle spelling disintegrate.
Okay.
With the spell scroll.
It's going to use his 5th and final legendary resistance to automatically succeed.
Okay.
He's out of legendary resistances. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Pause.
The
So,
boy
at
pops
this
back
point...
up.
Okay. Alright. As a note, that also brings Lily back up. You're both back at, what, 1 hit point, I think?
I was at 83 when he died. Do I pop back up to that, or...?
No,
No,
you
because it
died.
completely killed you, so it brings you back to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are at 1 hit point.
I'm going to pretend that I'm still dead.
Okay. Make a deception check.
All right.
Can I help distract
Let's say
him?
you have
'Cause
advantage. It's in the middle of... Yeah, he's being distracted. It's the middle of combat. Make a deception check with advantage, just for memes.
Mainly because Eve just did a stupid thing and jumped right next to him.
I'm not very good at charisma checks.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
You're not really sure if he believes it or not, but maybe?
It's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot. Alright, Oz. What are you doing? All those hit.
Come on, boy.
I'll let you know right now before you finish the roll. He has 74 health.
He did.
That is 72 fucking points of
Oh,
damage.
shit.
Hold on.
Oh!
That's it.
He did.
I mean, yay.
Oz. Hold on.
Say it.
I have to see something. Let's see, freedom. Okay, hold on. Okay, I know. Okay, alright. Nope, that's it. Oh, alright, planet. Nope, can't use that. Nope, okay. He doesn't have a legendary action. Okay, he's got a reaction. It doesn't matter. All of those still would hit. Oz, how do you want to do this?
Yay.
God. Oz turns Azakiel around, puts his hand on his shoulder, and says, "You probably should have taken that deal."
Oh.
And then he punches him, like, hits him with the left, hits him with the right, and then, like, shoves his hand into his chest and summons Hefe's Revenge.
Oh, as you just hit him with the right hook, hit him with the left hook, Azakiel the ground. You just get on top of Azakiel and just start beating the shit out of him over and over and over and over. And all of you just kind of stand and watch this for a moment as Oz just shoves his hand as far as he can into like one of the wounds in Azakiel's chest and just summons Hefe's Revenge right inside of Azakiel. You see this demigod reduced to a punching bag for a moment as just it looks down at the hand inside of his chest holding Hefe, this enchanted axe. And Azakiel kind of chuckles. I wish you the best of luck in the movements going forward, Osric. And he looks kind of around. I'm
Leave us
proud of
standing
you
at this
all.
point.
Thank you. And then his breath fades. If he'd gotten to his fucking next turn, y'all were all dead.
Bro, I already was.
Oh. No, I think the Jeff thing was just memes.
Oz
What the fuck?
like rips his hand out of Azakiel, and this is just yelling uncontrollably at this point.
It's just a corpse in front of you. The arcane runes covering his body have faded. They are still there, etched into his body. You see that they are not necessarily just pure arcane runes; they are scars.
Oz telepathically communicates with Oz.
Wait, what?
What?
You said Oz communicates with Oz.
Oh, sorry. Lily telepathically communicates with Oz. It's over. You can calm down.
Yeah, I drop form immediately and like grab his shoulders. You know, just try to almost comfort and shake him out of it.
You see Azakiel's form kind of dissipating bit by bit. He just seems to be turning into this fine dust, like ash. And after just a few moments, there's nothing left of him but just this pile of ash. And you see at the center of this, there lies a small stone. It is dodecahedron in shape and made of onyx. Yo, what's up, Spirit?
Can I mage hand it?
Sure. Harvest the Fallen can take the soul of a nudity dead body and bind it to a weapon or shit. What the fuck? Hello? Soul can be bound to any object. The individual's soul or bound can't be raised by any means short of a wish. Something that all of our... Yeah, it is.
Because I'm technically a Valkyrie.
You're not just a Valkyrie, you are the commander of the Valkyries. And as you kind of raise... What do you want to bind it to?
Can I try to bind it to my weapon?
Sure. So Oz's just guts from Berserk. This is true. As you raise your sword out, you do kind of, as a Valkyrie, you can sense this soul departing from the body, and you kind of snatch it from the air for a moment, using this magic that you've been taught your whole life, and bind it to your weapon. The soul of Azakiel is bound to your weapon. However, as you do so, you get a sense of Azakiel's past, of his previous memories, and you feel this overwhelming sorrow and weight within him. You see just short images of a farmer, a young farmer kid, growing up in this really harsh winter environment. And you see just fleeting moments of Azakiel's life and what led him to this path. This one day, this hero farmer kid set out to save the world becomes the one to destroy it. You also note there are hundreds of thousands of souls just pouring out of the space where Azakiel was once left. And they are just going into their infinite beyond. Even your Valkyries are just like... Or, no, your Valkyries are gone, actually.
My Valkyries died.
Valkyries pieced out. They're gone. But you, as a Valkyrie, can sense them and feel their presence. Lily, you as well, as you're especially attuned to souls, can feel them. In fact, I think all of you will really be able to feel this, given the trials that you've been through. This releasing of souls that were trapped within the body and soul and mind of Azakiel.
Would I know if other people could sense the same things that I did just by holding the blade?
Perhaps. Those especially attuned to souls.
Okay.
Which would be really, at this point, all of you. You see
Also,
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm stuck in this force cage for an hour.
I disintegrate it. I disintegrate a hole in it. There we go.
Does that work? It
For
doesn't
the
state in the
purposes of
spell
this,
that it does.
we will say for now, disintegrate just blows a hole through this. As
All
Azakiel
right.
is now dead, the magic is weakened or some
All right,
shit.
I'll accept it. Lily crawls out of the hole like, ugh.
Oz, there is not really anything of a head left. He is a body of ashes now, with this black stone at his center.
Well, I said I'd mage hand it and brought it to me.
Okay, well, the black stone is now in Eve's hand, I guess. Where his head was, you just like scoop all the ash up where his head was.
Yup, that's mine now.
It's like it's a big handful of ash, and it's weird. It is very much like volcanic ash. It is strange, even.
Lily
Yeah, I
crawls
put
over.
that inside of Ruthamar's skull.
Oh
my god!
I was about to say Lily crawls over and presents a jar to Oz.
It's now inside the skull of Ruthamar.
Oz
As
is
you
creating
all
a
kind of
cursed object, apparently.
gather around, Inazuma, this is strange. You feel your bow warm to the touch for a moment. A sense of whole satisfaction washes over it. And you, as the soul of the hero inside your bow, senses that her job is done. Though yours is not. The collective and your forces do find their way into this space after a few moments as you all kind of sit and recover from the battle. The close calls here, although I'll say nice fucking work, y'all. Like there was some clever shit going on in there, so y'all did really good. That was an extremely difficult fight even for a group of level 20s. So
Oh, you
bravo.
don't say.
Yeah.
That was arguably the hardest boss I've ever played. So, well done.
Well done to you. You did really well.
Amazing job, my love.
Man. That was something. So from here, we will take a short break, and then we will come back and wrap it up with an epilogue.
This is great.
Right?
Seraph's gonna make him work for the rest of his life.
Penance.
Oh, fine.
As you surround the fallen body of Azakiel, the ash left where he was, the stone now in Eve's hand, the small onyx dodecahedron. Lily, your necklace pulls towards the stone with a kind of desperate fervor, and you find yourself approaching it. It seems to want to be connected. Yeah, I know what you're doing. It seems to want to be connected to the stone, and you flip over the necklace and you take a look at it. There's nothing. But as you get closer, you note that part of the words on the back of the necklace, interestingly, there's like capital letter or special characters. You note that they form kind of this angular shape. And as you compare them to the stone in Eve's hand, you're fairly certain it would fit there.
May I see that?
Sure. But I get it after we get done using it.
I made no promises on that.
Do you pick it up?
Yep.
Are you holding the necklace in your other hand?
Yes, it's still around my neck, but yeah.
Gotcha. Have you ever played with neodymium magnets?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what happens next.
Yeah.
The
Snap.
stone and snaps together with a force that would probably break your finger if it got caught between them. And as it does so, the necklace kind of begins glowing with this pale blue glow that turns to purple and pink and red and green, and seems to just cycle through all these different colors as the stone sinks into it. And you watch as before you're fairly confident, is an interface of some kind. You see the stone glowing, one face of it, and then 3 other faces are visible to you aside from the center. The one in the center just has a single red dot in the center.
And this is all comprised of the...
It's this dodecahedron onyx stone that is now sunk down into the silver necklace.
What happened to the words?
The words, they're still there. It's just like the stone has sunk into the words.
Does it rotate at all?
You try to twist it. It doesn't seem to rotate, but when your hands touch it, where your hands touch leaves a small amount of energy behind of the color the necklace currently is. And you watch the dot almost seem to follow you for a moment.
Like my face?
Yeah. Like it moves around within the triangle that's visible to you. You know what a D20 looks like, right?
Yes.
So what you're looking at is the face, one face of one side of the D20, and you see the other 3 faces that are all connected to each side of that triangle. But in that center triangle, there's a little red dot that's just moving around in this gem. It seems to be following your movements.
Of note, the thing that dropped out of Azakiel, I'm assuming, but I just want to be confirmed. It looks just like what he offered to us in exchange for his soul crystal, correct?
Nope.
No, it looks
Okay.
it looks like a little D20, a dodecahedron made of onyx.
Okay.
And it's currently sunk into the back of Lily's necklace she's been carrying around.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
This thing is the necklace itself has an aura of magic. The stone has none. In fact, it's like Vanta Black, but for magic instead of light.
Listen, alright, fucking with random black objects is what got us all into this mess, okay?
I mean, yeah. Not mine.
Lily turns to the rest of the party. Should I press it?
Do you know what it's gonna do when you press it?
Do I know what it's going to do when I press it? I am attuned to it.
That's true, you are. Just make me an intelligence check.
I don't think I can help with that.
No, just a straight intelligence check.
Wait, why can't anyone help?
Because this is you and the necklace.
That's
You can
fair.
guidance yourself, though.
Alright, cool. I do that. Wait, can Seraph cast guidance?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
Are you
Neat.
asking
Lily
me
just
to
watches
cast
over.
guidance?
Yeah, I'm asking you to cast guidance. I've had the spell scroll for a very, very, very long time. I'm going to use it.
What is it?
Oh fuck! I have to actually find the spell. Clerics have this neat little spell called
I
Enhanced
cast drugs.
Ability.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Fox's Cunning, which gives me advantage
Okay.
on intelligence checks.
So you have advantage and you have guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you helped yourself.
I can't cast both. They're both concentration.
Yeah, that's fine. 17.
18.
18. This is... You don't think Azakiel was lying about everything, necessarily. There's something about this little red dot that's following you that seems almost familiar in a way. Like you've interacted with something like this before. Maybe someone like this. Cocky and full of themselves and made of nanites. It reminds you of someone.
Ethelos.
You think that maybe this is what you're looking for. You're not entirely sure, but the Temple of Orn may have been a distraction. Ethanol.
Ethanol, yeah.
I have a hunch that it'll stop AshWinter.
If it'll stop it, sure.
Whatever you think is the best. I mean,
How?
Don't know. But then again, I don't know how any of this technological mumbo jumbo stuff works. I know magic. No plasma and electricity and nanites and shit.
Well, that's the point of learning,
Or
right?
ethanol.
You and your big brain likes to explore new possibilities. Just don't ever make one like AshWinter or Ethlos, please.
As I would say, I'm good dog.
so, would you say that?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good, dog. As someone who's been disintegrated by that thing before, I don't want it.
Push it. See what happens. If we all die, we die.
Oh god, are we all in favor of pressing this?
Yeah. I am. Hey Jeff, do you have any lore on that?
It is a rock.
The cautious part of me says let's try and maybe wait a little bit, but you know better than I.
I say we do the damn thing.
I would like to not be in pain in case something bad happens.
You could always.
I mean, I can make the pain stop.
I mean, you could always stab yourself, or, you know.
I'm not stabbing myself with a sword that has Azakiel in it. That's.
Somewhere a voice just goes, that sounds like an extraordinarily bad idea.
I'm tired.
I think we should do it, just not right now. We're all tired. Oz might not be, but I don't think he's.
I'm big hurt. I got 1 health.
So does Lily.
But also, Oz very much thinks that we should push the button.
All right, I've got an idea. And I cast Mass Cure Wounds on everybody. Okay, so everybody feels a little bit better before we push the button.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you press it?
What's that good old fashioned healing there?
3, 4, Inazuma. I didn't get your opinion.
I'm fine with whatever y'all want to do.
Alright. I press it.
The eye watches you as the thumb moves closer. It almost seems to panic in a way, as if it's trying to escape, as if it's trying to protest. And the thumb covers the side, the triangle face covers the eye, and as you press it, it sinks further into the necklace. And soon it's consumed by the necklace. It disappears. And the necklace starts to just fall apart in your hands, turning to dust right in front of you. You watch the necklace just become this kind of trickle in the wind. This little fading of dust and ash. And with that, you hear this cracking sound of thunder that fills the spaces within your ears, within your minds, within your bodies. You feel this absolutely massive shockwave that just consumes everything about you. And Lila, you feel your magic become stronger than it's ever been. Something happens here. And your connection to Saloon is no longer some muddled thing that you feel occasionally. It is direct and it is exceptional. And those of you that are attuned to the magical forces feel something lift on your shoulders. You also, as a note,
no.
find, as you look around, small, almost microscopic groups of what look like insects at first begin just falling from the air. You quickly note that these are not insects. These are things that you are familiar with. These are nanites. They just fall.
Looks like it was already here. And it just broke.
As a note,
Does that mean Mistress Veil just broke?
Groen, when you cast your spell, well, you cast it right before, right?
Yeah, before we
Okay,
did
gotcha,
all this,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's a weight lifted off of all the magic users' shoulders. Even though those of you not strictly attuned to magic feel this weight lift, something has changed.
Is it Mistress Veil?
Kind of reach out and feel. It very well might be.
AshWinter was already here.
You hear a sing-song voice wash over you, and another. You hear the dark scraping tones of Jergal, and one by one, your deities seem to reach out to you. Their voice is stronger than before, as if you're face to face in a way. Each of them congratulating you on a job well done. Moments pass before you realize the severity of what just happened. Mistress Veil, all of you can feel it. AshWinter is gone. Azakiel is gone. You have succeeded. The room fills with sound and motion as suddenly the doors burst and another troop busts in. They're in here! They're in! And they look around. They see you standing there over a pile of ash, surrounded by what looks like just piles of dust and nanites. Beaten, bloody, and bruised, your allies find you. And though you do not know what it means to have Mistress Veil broken just yet, you anticipate that there will be many conversations with your gods. For now, though, rest is at hand. And each of you almost ready to collapse in some cases, though others maybe not so much ready to collapse. Others may be just perfectly fine. You head back home. Where that is to you now may have changed from where this journey began. But it's home nonetheless. And you find comfort and friends. And laughter. You also find mystery, curiosity, and maybe just a touch of anxiety, as the future holds many possibilities. Go over just a few things here. The results of the Citadel are mixed bag. The ground team struggled in ways. While they were overwhelmingly powerful, the ground forces that the Gith provided were exceptionally good at what they did, and that's defend their home. Through the valiant efforts of the infiltration team and the ground units, the fortress's ground army was defeated. This did come at great cost to the ground team, however, and as this kind of all happens over the next several weeks, as you learn all of this information, this victory came at great cost to the ground team, however, though the success of the infiltration team definitely softened the blow. In a second here, I'm gonna slightly change the music. Oh, not that one.
Oh no, not another one.
Fuck.
Eat the soul, eat
Perfect.
the soul.
Eat the soul, eat the soul. All ground organizations took moderate losses. This includes everyone from the Collective to House Bainray, the Marauders. Though the worst was avoided, thanks primarily to the eldritch magics of Salathiel and the might of the Guardian. In the center of the fortress ruins now stands a lone figure, upright and silent, the Guardian, standing vigil eternally over her comrades on the battlefield. Eventually, over the next few weeks, her body is recovered and she is finally within the Hall of Heroes in Neverwinter. Hundreds of others perished during the ground assault, though no soldier escaped death, nor an interview, without mentioning how the Guardian saved their life. The Sky Team saw some moderate success, especially thanks to the success of the Infiltration Team and the strength of Morvan and the Peacekeeper. Under the leadership of Scylla and the Valkyrian commanders, the sky was kind of dominated. Unfortunately, one ship was lost in the fight, granting some moderate losses to the Lyceum and the Sky Pirates. Additionally, Scylla was severely injured during the battle, and though she lives, reports say that she has a fancy new eye patch covering what can only be a scar.
So much.
The Infiltration Team was a rolling success. While they did encounter resistance once, Luna quickly overpowered the interceptors while the rest of the team proceeded forward. The strength of the Beholders and Alar were instrumental in their success. They succeeded in their mission to bring down the arcane cannons and to block the initial call for reinforcement, resulting in the success of both the ground and sky team. If the Infiltration Team had had failed there, the ground team would have lost. Over the next few weeks, you all spend time recovering from this battle. You speak with your gods, though their communication is somewhat vague. They state, just wait, we're not ready yet. Trading in some ways. For the next few weeks, you were eventually contacted. Each and every one of you, and the situation explained. Though you were contacted in what can only be described as spectacular fashion. Grand portals open across the world of Toril. In all of the major cities, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Thunder's Reach. Portals to other realms, to other planes of existence, to the home of the gods. The strange barrier between the planes, no longer in place, allows this communion between worlds. And the gods step foot on Toril for the first time in thousands of years. But they don't step foot here as they once did, ruling over their subjects. Instead, they come bearing gifts. In just a few days after they arrive, magic within these worlds escalates to an extreme degree. Moderately powerful mages are common. And even the physiology of humanoids within this realm seems to change and shift as the magic infuses them. The gods give back the magic that they once stole. Most of them. Some wish to keep their immortality and their powers. And they are not welcome in this place. Those gods find themselves fleeing the crystal sphere, holding these two worlds. Some of them escape unscathed, others not so much. Each of your deities, pioneers of the council, gives some of their essence back, and though they are still powerful, they now walk this world as mortals, in a way. Equal footing with the rest, for the most part. It is a time else. This borrowed energy the gods took from Toril once long ago restored to it, the land flourishes. Trees as tall as the tallest mountains you can imagine just spring up in some of the forests. The air changes, suffused with magic. The flora changes, the fauna changes. The world itself seems to undergo a transformation over the next period of weeks, and you are all granted a place in this world should you choose to keep it. Inazuma, Thor greets you not as your patron, but as your friend. He's proud. He shakes your hand and you share a beer. Share a couple beers, maybe a few more after that. And he asks, not as your patron, but as your friend, if he can stay with you here in Thunder's Reach for a while.
Now, you're telling me you want to stay here?
For a little bit. I promise I won't encroach on your hospitality for too long. I promise.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to have you. You can stay at where I'm at if you want, or there's a temple. You can stay anywhere you want. Just make sure you ask first, because it'd be weird for a god just to show up and pass out.
Not a god. Not anymore. We're done with that mess. Somewhat. Sort of.
Well, I mean,
we're dealing with it.
Right. Of course. But no, I welcome you. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I mean, none of this would be possible.
You'd all be dead. I know. It's great. He just takes a big sip of his big mug of ale.
No, you can stay here for sure, and just don't cause too much trouble.
I'll try not to beat anybody up.
If you want to fight someone, I don't know, terrorize my lightning brigade. They need some practice.
Maybe if they can land a shot on me, I'll give them my old sword. I have a sword from a long time ago. Yes, there it is. He gets up from the table, just like leaves the castle that you're sitting in. Thank you.
Right.
Spirit, you are summoned by Odin at one point. And summoned is the right word. Odin does not give up his position lightly, and though he has given up much of his power, his cadence and station still seems to remain. The mantle of Odin, the leader of Asgard, is very much still in effect, and while he may not necessarily be considered a god any longer, he's definitely still considered a king. And so he does summon you, and he does question you and ask you about this journey that you've been on. What have you learned?
Well, I learned that unorthodox measures usually work somehow.
His eyebrows kind of raised. That's surprising.
They were very weird.
Indeed they were. I'm sorry I put you through that.
I enjoyed it.
Oh.
Somehow.
Well, in that case, you're welcome. Do you want to stay? Be my Valkyrian commander? Or do you have plans elsewhere?
I would be honored to stay in Asgard.
Excellent. Then let's make the most of it. Eve.
Yes.
The Raven Queen contacts you. And similar in a way to Odin, she has given up much of her power, but she still walks with the airs and elegance of somebody that knows that they are powerful. She's gone from slightly mad god to slightly mad mage now. And as she summons you, she seems to almost be playful in her questioning and answering. And she says, "Is there any way that you could tell me what you remember from so long ago? I'm curious. I just want to know if any bits or pieces made it through the cracks."
What do you mean?
"Oh, that's just fascinating. You don't remember a thing, do you?"
Do I?
No. You have no idea what she's talking about at this point.
No.
Then I think you and I have a little to talk about. Come, let's chat. She pours you a glass of wine, and the two of you sit and chat for a while. And you learn many things about yourself that you did not know. Curious things that make some of it make sense, but some of it more confusing. You have many. She answers them one by one. Although you do pry at one point as to that caused the time to change. She brushes it off, but you can tell she doesn't want to answer.
Can I use a moat to tell if she was the one?
She's not a god anymore. Roll an insight check. Well, I guess you don't have to roll an insight check. It's a moat.
Mm-hmm.
Insight check. You succeed. She seems suspiciously like she's trying to avoid the question, so probably. Groen.
Hi.
You were not contacted just by Scotty. Wait, am I cutting out?
At least for me. No. I can't hear you.
It sounded like your mic's a bit.
No, I can't hear you, love.
Other
Hello?
way.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, hello.
Fuck.
I couldn't hear
Hi.
anything.
Okay,
Wait,
great.
was
I think
someone
your internet
talking?
just shut itself for a second. Yeah. So,
Oh.
Groen, you were contacted not just by Scotty, but by the
Oh,
Emerald
God.
Enclave as well. Am I robot?
No,
No.
I hear you fine.
What's the oh god?
You just came in all of a sudden. Sorry.
Okay. Are we good?
I think
Maybe
we're
it's
good.
me.
Okay, great. Sorry. Groen, you were contacted not just by Scotty, but by also by the Emerald Enclave and several other former deities who represented nature and agriculture. You find yourself in the presence of Shantae and Sylvanas, two of the deities that represent agriculture. Oh, Discord might be shutting itself. Who represent agriculture and nature itself, in addition to Scotty, who represents the mountains and the hunt and the natural cycle. And they don't approach you as gods by any means. Scotty offers you a bird leg of some kind. You're not sure what this is.
Tastes fucking delicious though.
Yeah, you just bite into it. It tastes like a turkey leg, so it's pretty good.
I turned to Scotty and is everything ready? Is the plan set?
She nods. I think so.
Let me handle the setting up and then we'll be good to go. And I summon to the farm, I summon Lily and I summon Oz.
Okay.
And I assume they come.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
guys, you come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So I
get it.
need to tell you something. I have made a decision. This farm is going to be bequeathed to both of you. But more importantly, this farm is bequeathed to
Fucking Oz.
It is given to a orphanage in the middle of the town. This orphanage, Lily, I want you to work with, as well as you, Oz. What will happen? They have the farm. They also have control of the bar. The people, the children there, will have the option to go and work at the bar, or to come and live on the farm. In turn, what will happen is whichever one proves themselves will become the leader of the farm. There must always be a growing on this farm. They will take on the name, and they will move on with a forward cycle. I'm entrusting that both of you will lead them and look after them. You have a lot of time left in eternity. But my watch has ended, and I have made a decision. So this is goodbye.
What do you mean goodbye?
I will be going to well, I'm going to be honest, I still don't fully understand it. But I'm going with Scotty to join her on the eternal hunt and help with the cycle, to maintain the cycle. This is the next step in my journey. But I think that the best thing we can do is look out for those who maybe don't have it the best. Please tell everybody I say hi and goodbye. I have to go now, though.
Would it go against what you want to? Lily looks over to Oz and looks back. Would this go against what you want to delegate this to someone that we trust?
If you trust them, then I trust them. Here's the name of the orphanage, as long as the children are looked out for. And of course the farm and the tavern looked after. I believe the two could produce enough money to make sure that the orphanage doesn't see any financial issues.
Do you want me to put your share of the funds from the Lyceum towards this as well?
That would be great, yes.
Okay.
Of course, use however many you need to keep up to keep that part, but I want all my everything to go to this.
Okay.
Thank you. And he puts a hand on each of your shoulders. I expect great things, even more to come from you. And he just walks off. Goes back to Scotty.
What'd you say, Oz?
I'm gonna kill him.
I go back to Scotty. I think the time has come.
She nods. Sylvanas shapeshifts into a dire wolf the size of a small house. And Scotty rides atop his back. Very Princess Mononoke, actually. Offers you her hand.
I
Come then.
take it.
We have work to do.
Let's. What question? Can I maybe not be a turtle anymore?
She raises an eyebrow.
Can you make that happen? I don't know what the.
I think that's up to you and Vala.
Vala?
Yes.
Whoa, no. I mean, I'd like to be a dwarf again.
I think we can make that happen. Grown.
Okay. And I take the hand and I go up.
As you are lifted up onto the back of Sylvanas, this massive wolf. you are imparted just a tiny bit of knowledge. Grown, you now know how to cast True Polymorph.
Awesome. I do it.
Okay. As you ride on the back of Sylvanas towards the great portal to the Elysian Fields, you cast it. And Grown the dwarf is born again.
Can Oz see the portal from where he is?
Oh no, not at all. This thing is all the way up
Okay.
north past. Yeah, it's way past Tin Towns and Icewind Dale.
I didn't know if it was close to us or if it was far away.
No, it's very
Okay.
far. Yeah. You do know where it is, though.
I
Okay.
would have offered. I didn't say this, but I would have offered to Oz if he would like to see me off. It is my ultimate choice that this happens, but if you would like to join me on the final leg, I'd appreciate it.
Oh yeah, Oz 100% goes with him.
Okay. On the back
To at
of
least see him off to the portal.
exactly.
Can
On the back
Lily go?
of the
Lily can also come.
Okay.
you ride from the farm all the way out. Yeah, on the back of this massive direwolf, you do ride through forest and mountain and find yourselves arriving finally at the portal to the Elysian Fields. So it takes several days, as a note, but part. Wave last one final goodbye as he steps through the portal. We only have a couple
over
of you left
those-
here.
Over those last few days, like, Oz would have made it very clear to Groen that he was going to hunt him down for doing this to him.
And every single time, Groen would remind him that he very much looks forward to it. An eternal game of cat and mouse, a chase for the ages.
A hunt!
And as Groen would
A
step
hunt!
through the portal. Yeah, a hunt! As Groen would step through the portal, Oz would have thrown Hefe's revenge through the portal with him.
Make an attack roll.
Watch a crit.
Yeah, it's gonna crit because it
Do
ain't
it.
no natural AC.
I mean, yeah, that definitely hits.
Groen.
Fuck!
Groen. You feel a poof in the back of your head as the butt end of Hefe's revenge slams into the back of your head with the force of a truck.
I
You
turn
turn
around.
and look at it on the ground.
I turn around. It's gonna take a lot more than that to catch me.
You yell through the portal. Turn around and pick the axe up off the ground. Heft it. It's got a good feel to it.
Yeah, I strap it to
Okay.
my back.
Excellent. Give me
Oz
one
turns to
second here.
Lily. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to turn his shell into armor.
He doesn't
He's
have a
a-
shell
he's
He's
anymore.
not a turtle
You know
anymore.
he's a
Right.
dwarf.
He's a dwarf, so now I have to kill a turtle and a dwarf.
I
Lily,
yeah.
at a certain point, you are called request, not a demand, to the castle that Saloon has found herself sitting in at this point. Her home in Mount Celestia, not abandoned, but on temporary hold. She has come to the mortal world as a representative of the gods, and she intends to stay here for some time. And
Did she
calls you
summon me
her.
to this?
She didn't summon you, she requested you.
Okay, well, yeah. I would ask Oz if he would accompany me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You arrive and you see her in all her splendid beauty, though she looks older than before somehow. Doesn't change the fact that she's striking, but it is a strange change to see a god maybe age a little bit. And you have to remind yourself she's not a god anymore. She looks to you. Lenora,
Mother.
you've grown so much in these days. When we very first chat, you were barely able to hold your own in a conversation with me. And now look at you, walking into my castle.
Yeah.
You've grown into your own. And this power that I've granted you is no longer mine. It is yours now.
I've been thinking a lot about what that means, but please, why did you ask for me here?
Because I wanted to see you again. One last time before you go off on another adventure. I know you. I don't imagine you'll be staying here very long.
Well, that makes this easier then.
I suppose it does. Maybe you could bring a friend with you.
Would you be willing to do me a favor?
Certainly.
Well, first, and Lily turns to Oz.
Yes.
I know you didn't like Rue. But I know where she is, I know how to get there, and I'm going to find her. And I would like for you to come with me.
Just because we killed Azakiel and AshWinter doesn't mean that I'm done doing wicked, sweet, awesome adventures. Where are we going?
To a different planet.
When are we going? And do I have time to pack? Should I pack sandwiches? Do I need to pack swimming trunks?
You could pack whatever you want, and we can leave whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna pack sandwiches. I don't even.
You hear a voice off to the side, a familiar voice at this point. Can I come too? And you see the familiar form at this point of Luna appear from out of one of the side rooms. I'd like to write some books. Seen some of this place too, but maybe there's more.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Yes.
She smiles, just like for a minute you see that kid that she is again. And you have to remind yourself she's got the mental age of like a 10-year-old. Okay, great. Just let me know when you're going to go. I'm going to go pack. She almost kind of skips away. And
Lily
Sloan
turns-
just chuckles.
Lily turns to Oz. You need to teach her how to use a sword.
I'm better with an. I mean, I'm better with an axe, but like.
All right, well, that then.
Saloon
Right.
gives you a small curtsy. And she says,
Um,
Lenora, yes?
Well, Groen asked us to watch out for and I relay what he told us, because I can't relay it word for word.
That's fine.
And I was wondering if you or someone you trust would be willing to
Watch a
look
bunch of
after.
crotch goblins.
That and my Lyceum. Well,
kind
my
of-
wing of the Lyceum.
See her think for a second. I think I have just the fellow. You've met him before, I think. Orc, pretty smart.
Oh my god! Yes! Yes.
Great. I think he's just the man for the job.
I couldn't agree more.
So, spend some time kind of almost saying goodbye to Saloon in this weird way. It's like leaving the house. Lily's all grown up. And Saloon almost is sad to see you go. You've never seen a god cry before, and though she's not a god anymore, it's still a strange sight. see just a tear kind of pour down one side of her face. Oz.
Oh,
Yo, dog.
one more thing.
Sure.
I turn to Oz. If there's anything else that you need to accomplish before we leave, I am more than willing to help you see it through. If you would like my presence.
Right.
Oz. It is a rainy night when you hear the scraping old bones of Jargal make their way into your home. He seems younger in a way this time, though he looks more tired than he's ever looked before. His strange, ghastly visage is replaced by a face that is at least bearable to look at. And he sits down in a chair not far from you as you're kind of like packing your things. Osric, I am tired.
Get used to it, man.
This whole thing, this whole mess with everything, it's just... He's like puffing on a pipe right now, and he just waves it around. I'm over it.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself one of these robot bodies, bud.
Maybe. Spreading the mantle of death around is not an easy task. Or is it
What I'm good at.
an efficient one? And he kind of cocks his head up to you. I think that maybe it's time for me to retire. Permanently. Now I've spread some of this power around, some of Kelemvor's death and judgment. Death is back to the way it was before we came here in some ways, but in some ways it's not. And I wonder...
So what happens when people die now?
Their souls go back into the weave, as is intended. And then they are born again, someday.
What about all the people who died before we defeated AshWinter and everything happened with Mistress Vale? And
They are being dispersed. It is a slow process. But it will happen over hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Everyone will have their second and third and fourth chances. For now, that is the way it should be. But there still comes the question of what to do with this little piece of myself that has followed me oh so long. This piece of vengeance, this wrathful specter. And I wonder if maybe there is somebody to take the mantle.
yes, I know just the person.
Is it Groen? He seems like he's very smart. He could handle it very well. I think maybe Lenara could, as he like puffs
No.
on his pipe.
They're both kind of busy.
Oh, too busy. Of course. He waves his pipe around again. Oz, I want you to take a... He leans forward and he gives you his pipe. Just do the thing with that.
You want me to kill you?
No, not that. I just want you to take a puff of the pipe.
Like, when people tell me to do the thing, that's what I do.
Oh, okay. Well, you're better fit for this job than maybe I thought. Just take a puff of the pipe. It's gonna be
I take
fine.
the pipe.
Okay, you take a hit of the pipe, and this is not tobacco in this pipe.
One,
Whatever it
this
is.
way worse than the stuff that Shondacle has.
Yeah, it is. Well, mostly. Actually, it's kind of familiar in a weird way. In fact, you swear for a second, just for a moment, the facial features of these... Wait. Kind of look sideways at Shondacle. No, that's not Shondacle. That's Jargal. Maybe you're really high. You're really high. Now, there's no way. And Jargal's voice blends into Shondacle's as they talk and speak to you. And they say, Osric, we bestow upon you the mantle of the traveler and the mantle of death. We look forward to seeing what you do with it. And remember, death is just a door.
For the door, God. But that's me now.
That is you now. So, all of you have finally come to kind of rest now after this ordeal. All of you have met with your gods and seen the world as it is forming before you. Things are strange. Things change. What do each of you do in the day's end? How do you spend the rest of your lives?
How do you ask that of someone who's immortal?
It's really up to you. I did say think about this. You had a whole week.
I told you. You take care of
Oh,
the
no.
children of never.
That's true. That's true. We'll start. Zuma, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Oh, Zuma is peeing. Motherfucking dicks.
I might need to go to the bathroom myself.
Okay. Fine. We're almost done, fuckers.
Bunch of fuckers.
Bunch of
Don't
fuckers.
you just pee into a bottle like the rest of us?
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Because I have a big
Oh.
camera pointed at me right now.
I forgot about
Under
that.
the
Listen,
desk,
this
my
is-
guy.
This is 2020. It's the year of the Zoom meeting junk, okay? So, how about
Oh, he's back. Hey,
okay,
Sam.
he's back. Hey, Sam. hey, Inazuma, what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Oh boy.
Hi.
Okay. So I've been thinking. I'm gonna roll something,
Okay.
and either if it's even odd, we'll decide.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll me a d20.
Hit me with that roll.
Okay. All right.
It's odd.
So, all right. Zuma is tired for sure. He goes back to Thunder's Reach.
Okay.
Well, this is this is after Thor and everything, all that kind of stuff. So,
Right, yeah. This everything from this point forward is taking place like
yeah.
this is the epilogue. This is the end.
Yeah. So, he said goodnight to Suki. She's working on something. He goes to he decides he wants to go to the tallest spot in all of Thunder's Reach.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. The clock tower is
Yeah.
the tallest thing in Thunder's Reach.
And I think of when he pulled the wish card that they were sort of like these ethereal cards or like these like little orbs or something, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Or I guess they're like inside his mind.
Oh,
so
no.
He's sitting there and he's just
Oh, no.
looking at
Anything?
Hold on.
What the hell? Why do I
What's
keep cutting
happening?
out like that?
Okay, continue, Zuma.
Okay.
Okay. He just keeps thinking about what if he had, known, or if he had been,
I don't know. It's pretty bad. Like, Discord isn't fucking up. Okay. Did we disconnect and reconnect? Oh, and there goes the internet. Oh, 5,000 B for a second.
Oh no.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody might disconnect for a second, but hi.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Beep, beep, boop, boop. I can hear you.
Okay.
It's gonna first.
Sorry, our
Wow.
internet for some reason is like disconnecting us from Discord over and over. It's super weird.
Yeah, we keep cutting out and
Like a
not
port
hearing
issue or
anybody.
something. Okay, Zuma, continue. I apologize.
Okay, so he's thought about this for a bit. It's always been in his mind, so he decides to make a wish.
Okay, what are you wishing
And
for?
he decides to wish to go back to the moment right before he was about to murder his Lord Rakiri.
Mm.
He just wants to see if he could change anything and if that would set in motion some type of alternate reality, whatever. And
To mention
He just-
C-137.
he just cannot. He just can. He is the grief and the pain and the he just couldn't. It's just something he has not been able to get over with. He just needs to know if he could have done something different.
As you channel the power of this wish, you feel the energy flow through you. This reality warping spell, something so impossibly powerful that even gods feared it in their prime, and now even more powerful than it used to be, given the fact that you have godly power within you. You just whisper to yourself, I have to. And then suddenly you're standing there, the bow in your hand. You see the traitor in front of you. The bow is drawn and taut. All you have to do is let go. But you know this is not a traitor. This is Lord Rakiri. Do you stop yourself?
You know what?
All you have to do is aim the arrow down to the side. Doesn't have to be a hard shot.
As Zuma looks and he sees the face, he decides that even though the pain and the suffering would make things be a lot easier, he decides to let loose the arrow to the side.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. You let the arrow go to the side. It strikes Raikiri, but only a superficial blow, just scarring the side of his leg as it buries itself in the brush beyond. You are jumped by a series of agents, assassins. And with your newfound powers, you are more than able to handle them. With your extreme abilities, these agents are nothing to you. And as you grab Raikiri, the illusion fades. And you see his face surprised, shocked, looking at the dead assassins around him. And you're not sure what you've just done, but you know that you've changed everything. Zuma, from that point forward, you're technically in a separate timeline. Do you stay there, or you have another wish? Do you get back out of it? It's up to you.
So I look at Raikiri and I say, my lord, you don't know how much it pleases me to see you again alive.
He looks around. I'm rather impressed by your power and perception and skill in combat. That's the best I've ever seen you shoot. I'm going to be honest here, you've never been that good a shooter before. You landed every... Wow. He just looks around at the bodies of like 12 dead assassins. Bravo. Bravo, my son.
Yes. I want to ask you one question, though.
Anything? Are you okay? Have you been struck?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, let's just say I lived another life for a little while before this moment, but anyway.
Seems very confused.
I need to know.
Yes.
Do you fear death?
Kind of twitches a second. No, not in the sense that I think you mean. I don't fear death for myself. I fear death for my people. I fear what would happen if I left them behind. And the wrongs that would be wrought in my absence. I am not yet.
Because I know a path that I must choose, but I don't know if I want to take that path again. It has brought me heartache and pain and more suffering than I could ever imagine.
You look older.
It's a long story, but I had to make sure of some things before I fixed things.
Nods. I don't know what happened to you just now, but I can see the pain in your eyes. See what you've been through.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to come see you again, and
Yeah, of course.
this is very strange, and you won't remember this, but
Okay.
I come from a different timeline.
Right here, he's like you can tell there's a mixture between him trying to figure out if you're full of shit or if you're running a fever, or wait, maybe he's telling the truth. What the fuck is happening right now? It is just utter confusion.
Yeah.
He has the look on his face, he has no fucking idea what's going on right now.
I see you're confused. Those people behind you. And I go over and I knock them out, and then of course their bodies are revealed.
Yeah. As you do so, reveal the assassins from the Ember's Grasp.
As I told you, I was from a different timeline.
What? Okay, I've messed with some strange things in my time, but Zuma, I've never seen you cast magic, let alone time magic.
Well, let's just say luck was on my side.
Are you staying?
I want to, but if I stay here, things might change for the worse. More or less, I wanted to just see what it was like. See you alive, see you. Just to know that your death was not in vain. By the way, you
His
die in
eyes
my
narrow.
timeline.
Yeah, at that mention, he's like, his eyes kind of narrow. I understand.
But to let you know, I avenged you, and Thunder's Reach is now flourishing. It is
He seems to relax at this.
It is a metropolis of commerce is thriving. It is everything you wanted it to be one day.
Perfect. Keep that spirit in you. When you return to wherever you're from, and I'll take this gift you've given me today and see it through.
It's more of a gift for me, but I can see that it made you happy, and I just want to let you know that you're not going to, your death will not be in vain. And if I don't know if you can even see me or know or be look beyond the veil of death where I go back, but just so you know, you have nothing to worry about.
Seems satisfied with that answer.
And I know my father and mother died, but I hope you know that I saw you as a father, if I'm not being too bold.
He seems to accept that in a warm way.
Well,
and from there, are you using your wish to get back home, or are you staying in that timeline?
well, I need to getting back. I have some mysteries to solve and some things to take care of, but I will always be your servant. I bow, and then I
salute you.
make the wish.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 100.
Great. You feel the wish take you away, though at this point you have 2 levels of exhaustion. When you return, you are otherwise unaffected by the extreme magics of the wish spell. Zuma, you, after knowing this information, after gathering this bit of intel, you return to your post at Thunder's Reach, and you live your life. As an elf, you live quite a long time, due to the magics within you as well. You don't age, you find, and it's a very strange feeling, watching the years go by of people around you while you stay the same. It's almost a curse in some ways, but others, it's nice. And you eventually find that you have a knack for leadership. Thunder's Reach becomes a flourishing, not even city at this point, it's a country of its own right. It is a bastion of democracy in a place where monarchs rule. And you find, additionally, that you have inspired some other places along the Sword Coast and Faerun to maybe pursue their own democracy, their own fate, to maybe stop kings and nobles from deciding what they do and moving forward. You and Suki do have a couple kids. They are adorable. One of them is a little feisty, and as they grow, you watch them kind of grow into their own. Each of them becoming people of their own right, and you're proud of them. Except one, who you're still proud of, but you're wondering if maybe he might be a little too headstrong. It reminds you of you in some ways. He rushes headfirst into danger at every given opportunity. However, somehow always seems to have his friends some dumb luck to back him out of it. Occasionally, there's also Dad there as well, but neither here nor there. And you live a long and happy life. Eventually, you do start aging, you note, but you age at an incredibly slow rate. Every 10 years is barely even a year for you. Groen.
Hi.
The Eternal Hut. It's just a hut in the woods. The Eternal Hunt is certainly an experience. Without their godly powers, Scotty and Sylvanas and a handful of others that eventually join you, Sif, you note, are really just comrades. They are friends, they are family, they're a pack. And they welcome you into their pack. Open arms and open cups. And you spend decades, no, 100 years, 150, and going with this pack. And your task isn't to go and right the wrongs of evil. Your task isn't to go and save the world. Your task is to simply ensure that wherever you go, nature follows, and the world and the natural cycle take its proper place. You check back in on the farm once in a while, though you don't let anybody know it. It's doing well. Never once does it stop. And eventually it kind of becomes its own thing as well and grows into its own organization in a way. The orphanage flourishes with the help from the Lyceum and the farm, local druids. The Emerald Enclave also stops by fairly frequently to pay respects. And this kind of tradition raises of a village elder type sort. Kind of helps smooth things out. Because there must always be a Groen on the farm. You brew different types of ale, and after your travels across the different planes of the multiverse, you have quite the collection. At one point, even Scotty kind of notes on this, just like, I don't know what it is about your ale, and she takes another big gulp, but it always manages to get me drunk. I've missed this.
The trick is animal blood.
I
Surprising.
believe
I know.
you.
Yeah.
Wow. This tastes a little bit like
great.
butter. I didn't think it'd be butter. You know, that's a great trick.
Ooh, another good one to know is that you can actually put butter in your coffee. It's absolutely delicious.
Oh. Wow, that sounds really interesting. She looks... Can I put butter in my ale?
I've never tried it. We should try
Let's
it.
try. Heat up a fire, get a big cauldron of ale, and have some butter and animal fat that you heat up, and eventually try it. Needs some work, but potential.
Yeah. We got a long time to figure it out.
You do. Seraph, what is it that you're doing with your time? You're the Valkyrian commander for Asgard, which is now a place not necessarily full of gods, but full of kings and people that would like to make sure that peace remains in their immediate vicinity. Spirit? She's dead.
Oh no, Jeff killed her.
No. That's. I'll come back to Spirit. She just typed in chat a second ago, so. Eve, what are you doing with your time?
How much could she reverse what she did to my mind? The Raven Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just that, but reverse a lot more than just what she did. She was not the only one that did all this. And you find yourself sitting face to face with yourself at one point across a table, discussing the adventures that you've had.
Something I would totally do. Not weird at all.
What are you doing with your time? You have a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Let's see. Of course, run my inn.
Okay.
Remain vigilant. Celestial and Sir Smashy Smash lived, right?
They did.
she'd make sure they're settled in.
Okay.
And she'd probably take the time to learn more about Jeff and see if he needed to do anything.
Okay. You learn a lot about Jeff. A whole lot about Jeff. It's a little strange, actually, as you begin to pick apart the pieces of who this strange skeleton is that you summoned so long ago. There is an unfamiliarity about him. A strangeness to his very being that you can't quite put a finger on until one day he simply says, "The wand of Orcus was once in these hands." And he looks down at it, his hands.
Oh god damn it. Not him.
And you feel this just strange deja vu for a moment. And you can't put your finger on it. You have no idea well, you do have an idea, but you don't know for sure. But you feel like you've heard that voice before all of a sudden. Maybe some long time ago in a world far away. Run, you're in. It is a struggling time at first. Actually, the inn does very poorly for the first year. But eventually it picks back up. Your attraction of a beholder chef is something that a lot of people come to see.
And a strange celestial.
And yeah, and a literal alien creature who refuses to serve drinks after his first night serving drinks. Nope, not doing that, he says. However, the beholder, Sir Smashy Smash, is more than happy to cook for your patrons, and you have your inn and your shops, and they flourish after a while. It takes some time, but you get them there.
Yeah, Eve's gonna drink the immortality potion.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and she'd be staying vigilant, making sure everything remains peaceful. Or in balance, I should say.
Gotcha. You do. Occasionally you are kind of almost forced to step outside and deal with things, and just, I can't remember, was your inn in this campaign in Neverwinter or Waterdeep?
This one's in Waterdeep.
That's what I thought. Just not far down the road from you, you have to step in occasionally to deal with some strange creatures that come out of this inn, a very popular inn. Though it competes with you at first, you do eventually have your own kind of partnership going on, as Durnan occasionally requests your presence at the inn to deal with something particularly nasty that comes out of the yawning portal.
Damn portal! Or, I mean, should I say damn hole?
Damn hole in the ground. And you live your life for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years here in Waterdeep before adventures tug you. They pull you elsewhere, and maybe you have to answer the call. And you stop, take a look at your inn. You'll only be gone for a year. It's fine.
It's fine. I've got a sending stone with him. It'll be fine.
Salafiel's a great manager. He's really good at what he does.
And he doesn't take shit from the beholder.
Exactly. He doesn't take shit from anybody. He can crumple people into tiny dust if he wants to. So he's great. Yeah, he's fine.
It's not good to kill the customers.
He doesn't know that. Your inn flourishes, and you find yourself off on another adventure just a few years down the road. Lily.
Do Oz and I together, because I feel like we're kind of tied together at this point.
Seraph, are you here? Spirit.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Spirit, it's your turn. What is Seraph doing with her time? She is an immortal Valkyrian commander who is at the very top of the military, one of the largest military forces in the multiverse.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be immortal.
No, she's immortal. Valkyries are immortal.
All right.
Well, they don't age. They can die. They don't age.
Oh,
So,
okay.
guess not technically immortal, but eternal youth.
I wanted to note one more thing. Whenever Jeff said something about the wand of Orcus, she would take his hand and say, well, at least we're connected in some way. I don't know how, but I'm here for you, sweetie. Kind
He
of.
seems.
Yeah.
He responds. He looks over at you. He says, "You are a Hellcat tiefling. They are one of the rarest tieflings in the known multiverse." Okay, Seraph.
I also would have asked Seraph to
I'm banning you from Discord.
to talk to the sword a lot, but that's off
Oh.
and on. It's just
Okay.
something you can talk to me about later.
Is it sentient?
It has a
It's
soul
not-
in it.
It has a soul in it, but it's not sentient. It's not something you just talk to necessarily. But there are methods to communicate.
I guess, yeah, being a Valkyrie, I would probably know that.
Yeah.
I know what I am. I swear.
Caw.
No,
Alright.
I'm a flying bird woman.
Okay. How are you spending your time?
I guess for the most part, I would spend it training other Valkyries.
Okay.
Working with the sword, trying
Okay.
to learn all I can about Azakiel, if there is anything to learn.
Gotcha. You learn quite a bit, actually, over the course of several years. Azakiel was a strange child when he was born. He was quiet and had a temper. His father and mother were at best they were Shatterkai living in the strange world of the Shadowfell. In fact, they lived not far outside the Palace of Fate, the Raven Queen's domain. And they did what they can to survive there. Eventually, they found themselves moving out of the Shadowfell, leaving this place, this rotten world for good, as while they were gloom elves, they had grown tired of the gloom, and they found themselves in Toril. And they settled down, and they started a farm. And they had kids, 3 of them. And these kids were all a bit strange in many ways. Azakiel, not the least of them. His sister was a genius, however. I mean, just about as smart as you can make a person. And she left early on to go join some academy off in faraway land that he knew nothing about. His younger sister wasn't a genius, but she was perhaps the most insane person to ever live, in the best way. As she was a rebel in the truest sense of the word. Everything she was told to do, she did the opposite of, and when she thought she was being manipulated, she would do the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of what they told her, just to make sure she didn't actually do what they wanted. But that grew, and it kept growing, and it kept growing, and it turns out that his sister was perhaps a particularly powerful sorceress. And eventually there was a fight, and she left home. He didn't see her again for quite some time. Azakiel left his home not terribly long after that. His parents tending their farm, he thought himself a hero, an adventurer. And he was. He saw the world. He traveled. He learned. He grew. He experienced. He became everything that he had wanted to be, and at one point he had saved some helpless people. He realized at that point that he had power. That he could save everybody if he wanted to. If he tried hard enough, he could save every single person. No one would ever have to hurt again. And that seed grew into something a little more dangerous. You can't hurt people if they can't be hurt anymore. If you remove them from the equation, it's obviously the way to do it. Shatterkai were already strange beings capable of manipulating souls. Maybe he could use that to his advantage. And his sister, oh, she had plans. And his younger sister, maybe she also had plans. And the three collaborated over many years, and they grew in power. Eventually, they had too much power, and it consumed them. And Azakiel became what you see now here today. This broken husk of a person, not even human anymore or elf. Azakiel turned from somebody that wanted to save the world to somebody that ultimately was going to destroy it. His sister was just greedy. His younger one was just insane. He wasn't either of those things. He was prideful. So, Lily and Oz, I think, both kind of have to do this together. All right. What are you doing with the rest of your lives? You're both practically immortal at this point, so. Conventionally, no, but technically speaking, you are.
So,
Go ahead.
first, Oz, given his newly godlike abilities,
Mm-hmm.
would do what he had always been setting out to do and find the souls of his parents.
And you do so. It takes some searching. A lot of searching, actually. You look for years, and it's frustrating, and there's moments where you want to give up, but you don't. And eventually, you are rewarded.
Is this something you ask me to join on or no?
Probably not on this.
All right. Continue. Sorry.
So he finds them.
He does.
Where are they?
Floating through the weave, waiting for a chance to be reborn. At one point, they were stuffed inside the shallow walls of Kelemvor's realm of death. They've been released by the time you find them.
He gives them the chance to be reborn again.
Find the souls and pluck them from the weave one by one. A power that you are not terribly familiar with yet, but one that you use nonetheless. And you release them. And they do find life. Separate. Probably. And they don't retain their memories, of course. They're going to be reborn, but maybe they'll be happy this time.
That's what Oz does. He makes sure that they are happy. Checking in on them from time to time.
Gotcha. Every 10 or 15 years, you kind of take a peek into their lives. They have grown up separate, of course, but happy. And when the times seem a little rough, you nudge them in the right direction. A bag of gold is really nothing to you at this point, and it really brings some ease to their families. Though they're confused as to where it comes from, they do not necessarily question the money too much. At one point, you have to stop a rampaging bear from killing the child that was once your mother, but it's okay. The bear stops. Dead.
Yeah.
Shh, sleep
I
now.
send it to the Eternal Hunt.
It goes to the Elysium Fields. You direct its soul, and it goes. And you watch them grow up in this kind of weird way. It's very strange. But they grow into their own people again. And as souls kind of retain bits and pieces, not bits and pieces, but most of who a person really is, they kind of grow in a way back into your parents. The same kind of core values your parents had anyways.
Then he would go join Lily.
During this time, Lily would be spending time doing as much research as she can about our
You don't
Yes.
find a ton of information. You find some though. And what you do find, Sam, you okay there?
Sam's asleep, guys. This is
That's
his,
okay.
sleeping noise. I know it well.
That's okay. Sam, I'll move Sam.
doing as much research as she can about the effects that traveling through the way gates will have on us, and so on and so forth.
Gotcha. Yeah. So there's only been one recorded case of an Aether Gate being used, and it didn't have any terrible effects on the user. It did kill all life within 50 miles, however, when it was used. Oh, hey Sam. Lily, you know that you have the capability to use this Aether Gate without that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as you know, it's safe passage.
Do I know what the effects on myself and Oz will be?
As far as you know, there aren't any.
All right.
Do you enter into the Aether Gate? Do you open that portal?
Does Oz have everything he needs done?
Yep.
Then yeah.
Except for killing Groen, but that's later.
Get fucked. It's hard to find me.
As a note, Oz, there's a quiet within you like you've not experienced in a long, long time. It's not silent, but it is quiet. And those pieces of you that you've been carrying with you seem to have merged in a way. And now there, where there once was hundreds, there are 3. Ein is still with you, and you carry him everywhere you go, of course. And yourself. Talk to yourself a lot, actually. Especially after talking to all those hundreds of you. You gotta have some conversations, man. But there's another that you carry with you. Maybe an influence on your decision making or powers. But Luce doesn't necessarily leave.
Oz would have given him the option.
You do?
Yeah, if he would if he would want to go back into the weave and
You hear, when you ask this question, a smoldering anger in his tone. I don't want to go back to the weave. Could I get a body?
I think I know someone.
Good to know. Okay. So there are 2 then, you and Ein.
Yeah.
Though at times it feels like there are more.
You have
Sometimes
to make sure that his body's not as cool as mine.
All right. No.
Make his dick smaller.
Wait, aren't they related? Hold on.
Smaller.
No. They aren't related.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I couldn't remember. It's Vanessa that she's related to.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
So like, how much smaller? Are we talking like 2-3 inches?
Oh my god. Uh-oh. Did I
Do
disconnect
with
it?
that what you will.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so like 3 inches. Got it.
Okay, great. So, you construct Luce a body before leaving. It is simpler than Oz's. Still kind of cool. And he asks if you require anything else of him.
If we ever need you, just answer.
I'll be here then.
Oh, you owe an apology to Vanessa.
He kind of See his shoulders slump. I think I'll see her soon.
Oh, also, don't accept gifts from creepy trees or demons or whatever.
That too.
He doesn't answer, but he does kind of give you a look like, I know, Dad.
Oh, also, you should really learn to love some people in your life. Like,
Stabs Lily. He doesn't.
Protection.
He doesn't. You find, you lecture. He responds with a smoldering acceptance, and as he departs,
I literally gave you life. Don't make me take it away.
I created you. I can unmake you, bitch.
I can't.
Whatever, Mom.
He has this kind of smoldering acceptance to him, and as he departs, he just says, "I've got some demons to kill." Do you step through the Aether Gate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hand in hand.
I was just opening my mouth to say that. God damn it.
Bravo. You open the Aether Gate, watching as it expands outwards, the potential life-threatening power of it. God damn it. The potential life-threatening power of it subdued by Lily's abilities. And you take your first steps into a world unknown to you both. What futures await you there, no one knows. But maybe one day we'll find out. Until then,
Don't forget Luna.
don't worry. Yeah, and Luna's with you as well. Until then, the world of Toril flourishes. A few things of note. Trish Stroud is not to be seen again within Toril. She seems to have vanished, up and disappeared, and the Midnight Order collapses in her absence under its own weight and bureaucracy. Strangely, there are whispers to the south of a quirky tiefling traveling with a dark-haired woman in Schult. They travel with a small companion, no taller than 3 or 4 feet, though his face is never shown. He always has these wide, big, beady eyes and a shadowy visage. The tiefling always carries this fancy dagger on her hip. Thunder's Reach prospers, even as other cities of the coast lose political power. It becomes a bastion of freedom along the coast and inspires other cities to push for similar models of governance. The people decide, not the monarchs. Cass leads his marauders elsewhere in the world. Some hear tales of a good ship that haunts the waves near Kartur, and a vampire captain wearing a strange-looking demonic mask. The world goes by. Sometimes without you, sometimes with you, but each of you live in it. Your own adventures to be had in the future. And that is where we will end tonight's session. Friends, thank you so much for participating in this fucking ridiculous bunch of bullshit with me.
No, thank you.